Yeah, you know what? Let's get stuck straight in. We've only got 3 hours because I've got the Encounter Roleplay stream at 9:30. So, we'll go round super fast. First of all, Ambly, congratulations for getting in on time and being here. That's,
Thank you.
That's an achievement in itself.
It's rare.
She's even got a dog.
What more do you need?
You want me to start?
Yeah, just say hi. Usual. Go around the table.
Hi.
There we
Hi.
go.
I'm Ambly. I play Runeberg, a druid tiefling, and for now he's trapped in a rat cave.
That's all you need to know.
All you need to know.
Sums up the character perfectly.
Yeah, we can really relate to him now, I think.
So you've been a mini gratification.
Ali.
Hi, I'm Ali. I play Dwayne DeCruz, the halfling barbarian, and we're all currently trapped in sort of the Badlands in the sort of a sort of base, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how we get out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Edmond.
Edmondo, that's me.
That's
I play
Mario.
Walter. That's Samaria. I'm the half-orc and the gladiator. I am on the torture table at the moment, next to Rosie.
We're having a great time.
Yay!
Yeah.
We are bonding.
Alice, I think, possibly getting the worst of this bunch. Alice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm Rosie Riversend. I'm a halfling ranger. She was bubbly. However, I feel this may change after last week. But yeah, no. As Ed said, currently in like a torture chamber type thing, and I think I'm in the middle of having my legs sawn off. I think.
No, the last thing we did was smash a hammer through the bone, if you remember.
Yeah,
that was it. Yeah, we sawed it open first, then we scooped it out with a spoon, and then we smashed it with a hammer.
Also, yeah, you're going to do a warning today, or?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a very good point. Guys, there are some scenes in this in fact, we should probably put that in a title or something, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Perhaps a command every 5 minutes. I'll just make one really quickly. Basically, guys, there is going to be some scenes of torture and high graphic content today. If you have an avid imagination, or if you just feel queasy generally, you may want to watch out for that. I'm just going to make a quick command. And whilst I do that, who would like to tell the story of last time? Don't all jump at once.
Oh, all right. We began last time. I'll go through really quick. Went through last time learning that Fodal has made a deal with somebody who's with sort of this demon devil god person, and it turned out that originally he made a deal for our immortality, but that deal was quickly overridden by him having fame, so everyone would know his face. We then quickly got attacked by bearded devils in the caves. Unfortunately, there were too many with the Dark Army, and we were quickly captured. I found myself locked in a room by myself, chained to the wall, and Fodal came in and explained that he is because of the deal, they don't seem to take in his face, so he's at the moment masquerading as a high up person in the Dark Army, so he's going to try and apparently help and get them out. As Ed mentioned, Volta and Rosie are currently strapped to torture tables, as they believe that they are the warriors of light, whereas Fodal's been convincing them that Dwayne is of no one important. Runo is currently in a bid to try and help and sneak around. Runo turn themselves into a rat, only for the ever wonderful Steve to pick them up and put them in a rat cage. So that is where the four of us are at today.
Long live Steve.
Long live Steve. May he ever rule.
Raid! Double raid! So, Aya Dinosaur came in, he hosted and raided us, so we have everything. We have all the things. We have plenty of viewers coming in. Whoom. Val, welcome to the stream. Okay, guys, I have made a command. Basically, there is likely to be a lot of graphic content in this episode. We are pretty much going to start on a torture chamber and there's gonna be high tension and a lot of me stringing out really painful things to upset people. That is basically the aim of my game today.
Thank
As
you,
usual.
Adam.
You're welcome. You are
We love
welcome.
you for it.
So, without further ado, perhaps we should start not where we left off. Although I will recap that scene just a little bit. As he puts the spoon in a little bowl, he looks to the ceiling and says, "You must know, it is the prophecy. It is the prophecy. When the beast cries in the black moonlight, when the beacon is destroyed, when the child of gold gives up on light, only then can the Dark One replace the champion and take full control."
Okay, at the moment, Rosie is in a lot of pain. She's almost not paying attention.
Yeah.
She is screaming.
As he
guy
has
has
just smashed
broken
an
the-
8-ounce hammer through her thigh bone, which was
Yeah.
bared.
Oh.
And she is just
Make me a con save,
profanity
please.
After profanity.
Make me a con save, because
save.
I'm not sure you'll stay conscious.
Oh,
You
I
will
am
not. You fall unconscious from the pain, I'm afraid.
Okay.
And he sort of looks across to Volta and says, "You realize this will only get worse." And
You realize I got no clue what you're talking about.
and this bald-headed man, no eyebrows, no discernible features, except a long dark robe, which is now, we realize, dark to cover the bloodstains. He just leaves the room, closing the door behind him. Let's pan across to good old Runo Berg, in a cage, which only I can unlock.
Oh, he's wonderful.
Oh. I mean, I should probably just stay there forever and be Steve's pet.
The dream.
The dream come true. And they can't fulfill their prophecy then.
Yes.
Maybe.
I thought you might say that, so I've got a little plan for you, Ratty. Ratty comes across. Ratty comes across. You are Ratty, and basically, Steve walks across and says, "You escaped again, but it's time for our next experiment. What shall we do today? What to do today? I mean, we tried the electrotherapy, but you're still crazy, Ratty, aren't you? What shall we do? Perhaps I could make a drug. Make a drug to help affect you. I could do something like that. But I could make it a really special drug, one that only affects you. Yes." And he picks up a pair of almost like a small scalpel. He picks up a scalpel, not a pair of scissors, a small scalpel. And he comes across to the cage, and he undoes it. And he puts his hand in.
I want to try to escape when he comes close to me.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
I shall. As soon as I find my character sheet. Dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm. On a 9, you dive for the freedom, and he grabs your hand. And he grabs you in such a way that he has his finger and index finger and forefinger around your neck, and his thumb is holding your little paw. And he pulls you close with his little scalpel, and he just puts the scalpel on one of your little fingers. "You won't miss a little toe, Ratty, and then we can make you a special spell." And the scalpel sinks through your toe, and you feel blinding pain for a second, and he puts you back in the cage and closes the door, and he walks away with your little toe, and he puts it in a little concoction. He puts it in a little beaker sitting above an old calcinator. Basically, he puts it in an old calcinator, and he starts heating it up and adding things like, "Yes, we'll help you. We'll help you, Ratty. You won't be crazy anymore, always trying to escape. You'll learn that it is safe here. We'll fix you."
Okay. Is he turn his back against me?
He does. He turns his back and he's working away with his back turned.
Okay, what do I see in the cage?
Give me an investigation roll.
Investigation. 17. Adam.
Yes, I am aware.
Adam.
The lock looks massively complex. You doubt you would be able to pick or break it as a human, let alone as a rat. However, you notice on the floor that the cage has 2 bottoms. One, a bottom of wood, where metal bars sort of like sink into, like tight, small, maybe 1 centimeter square bars overlap, and they sink into this wooden floor. And then on the base is a bit of sheet metal.
Hey, okay. I guess I can't really try to dig my way out.
Not through the metal.
No. I mean, I could just turn into a bear and break the, entire thing. The problem is then all hell is gonna break loose. Are there any, rat food in the cage?
Yes. Towards the back of the cage, there is some, cotton wool, bedding that you could hide in. There is also a small metal dish, which is, on inspection, it's got some water in it, but also, clearly Ratty isn't the most hygienic of rats. And beside it, there is a small porcelain bowl with some, rat kibble in it, basically.
Runev's gonna have himself a thinking snack.
Let
He's
me
like, let me think.
And over the other side of the room, you hear Steve going, "Nyah! I think it will be ready. We just need to wait for it to cool."
Okay, fuck it. Runa hides in the place I could hide.
He comes over to the bars and says, "Ratty, tap, 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 Ratty, we'll have you fixed in no time. Where are you, Ratty? Okay, well, I love you, Ratty. I'll see you later on." And Ratty and Steve walks away, back over to the other room, and he goes, "Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, we could try to splice you. We could splice you with a newt. They have things that go back, and then you'll have your toe again. Oh!" And he walks away thinking this, and he goes back, instead of leaving the room, he goes back to his bench where there's a quill and some paper, and he starts making notes. Where will I get a newt?
God damn it, just leave.
leave.
God damn it. Is there anything above me? Is anywhere I can climb? And sort of...
You can climb the bars, but the bars make a square above you. There is a handle built into the bars.
Okay. How, I guess there's just, bars that keeps me in. Can I turn into, a mouse and try to squeeze through the bars? Because a mouse is a lot smaller than a rat.
First, give me a stealth roll for changing shape. With advantage, because you are hidden in your bedding.
Yes. We all know how stealthy Runo is.
Yeah, we're.
Oh, no,
Well,
he's quite stealthy.
Rat Runo is stealthy.
Yeah, Rat Runo. Maybe we should stay as Rat Runo. He's stealthy.
No, he usually isn't.
You shrink down into this much smaller mouse creature now, and yeah.
Can I squeeze through?
You are going to need to make me a straight dexterity roll.
Oh god, please. Oh!
Ooh, and on a 7, no matter how you angle your shoulders, you can't quite get them through, but you can pop your head and ears through.
Alright. Can I reach anything from the outside? I guess I can't bike.
You are sitting on desk, and a little way along the desk there is a pencil or something else, of that sort of ilk, at least a small
I
wooden
grab
item.
what I can.
It's a little bit too far away for your little mousy arms.
Hence. Alright, so I couldn't. Was a metal. This was my brilliant idea to try to get away, because I think mouse is the smallest thing I can actually go for.
But they're very good at hiding.
That is true. Okay. Alright, I try to hide again.
In the bedding?
Yeah, I guess that's the best hiding place.
So you get back into the bedding, and at the bottom of the bedding you can see there's a lot of claw marks where Ratty has been scratching at this sheet metal repeatedly, and you can see some of the wood has gotten away.
Oh, alright. I'll continue with that. Try to, claw my way out. And bite at it, nibble it. I'm just gonna check, so... Yeah, mouse is the smallest I can actually become.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen a fly!
Unfortunately, you can't change into insects.
Okay, fair enough.
You've seen a narwhal.
Yeah, I have.
You can change into a narwhal if you wish. This room would not fit a narwhal,
I love
but
those narwhals.
Steve would just die instantly, and so would Bruno. Like, getting crushed. Okay, but I continue to dig and nibble and claw my way out. Do I have to roll for that?
not at the moment. We will pan away from you. Or actually, maybe we won't. Do give me a roll.
Oh, I just... Okay. For... Is it dexterity? Strength?
Strength on this one. I'll take an athletics check, actually. Okay, on a 14, you begin to claw away at the wood and little chunks come away. But you can tell this is going to take a great deal of time. Several hours later, in the what can only be really described as the torture chamber, two orderlies come into the room. They walk around to Rosie's table. Rosie, could you please be awake? I'm not going to get you to roll for it. You're coming.
okay.
You're coming around.
It's very polite of you to ask.
Can you please wake up?
Yes, I can.
So you're just about coming around. Your leg is in sheer agony.
Okay, so she's just sort of like, what? Like, I'm passed out, but at the same time, she is on fire. Like, she feels like her whole, just like, waist down is completely on fire, and it hurts so much that I think she probably just, like, not scream because she's probably, like, really knackered. She's not full-blown crying, but she's whimpering, like, and she's trying to grab at it, but obviously hands are down.
So your hands are down, and what they do is they actually remove the strap on your left ankle, which has been shattered.
Yeah.
And
she winces at this, and she probably says a couple of, she's just like effing and blinding, basically.
And these two orderlies, they're very nondescript. They're not bald like the torturer himself, but they are quite plain looking. And they're just wearing a very straight gown, but they're very professional about what they're doing. They're not talking at all. They're not making any eye contact with you or the others. They realise that this is clearly the torturer's domain. They are just here to make sure you don't die. So they, first of all, they take a hot iron and they cauterize your wound so you don't bleed to death.
She screams and it's not really audible, but she is like pulling herself up as much as she can just to shout at them.
Mm-hmm. And then one of them takes a pair of tweezers and starts pulling out shattered bits of bone out of your leg from around the cauterized wound.
She, in the end, just like throws her head back and just looks at the ceiling and just tries to breathe. Like,
so
all right.
What they're doing is sort of a little combination of where the tweezers are going in, and then they're ripping the freshly cauterized flesh, and then putting the hot iron back on again to seal it back up. And they do this. They do this for several minutes until they believe they've got all of the worst of it out, and then they sort of take a moment and just analyze the leg. And one sort of leaves the room, and you can hear from outside the room, "I believe it is too shattered to fully heal again. I could potentially make a splint or try and put something in the bone for it to heal around. But of course, this is your patient, and I wouldn't like to step in the way of your methods." And you just hear him sort of going, "Yes. Tell me, if the leg were to reset with something in it, would it be painful?" And he says, "Yes, it would be most painful, but not in your way. It would be a healing pain rather than a extraction pain, if you like. This is probably not something you could use, although I wouldn't like to underestimate you."
It's a good pain.
Yes, try and set her leg back to normal, if you please. Give her a semblance of hope. Do your best work, in fact. And then he just sort of whispers through the door, "I know you can hear me in there." And the orderly comes back in. Between them, they take a large, like almost ball of what looks like mud, but it's quite hard. It's like a rock or something like that. And they spend a few moments cleaning it, washing it down with alcohol, and they come back over to your leg again, this time with a scalpel. They gently slice open your leg to reveal the bone once more. Insert this alcohol-covered
rock,
essentially, into your thigh so that it can make a new ball joint, essentially, a new joint to go in with the behind the kneecap. They replace the kneecap to its correct place, seal you up once again with the hot iron. They put a strap of metal down the side of your leg and strap you up. And from outside, you can hear as they walk away, It will take at least 6 weeks to heal, and I'm afraid that it may never heal properly." As they walk down the corridor.
I'm assuming Rosie's still awake.
Yes, you are.
Can she turn and can she see Volta?
You can. I don't imagine Volta slept through all that screaming.
No. I even looked at her.
Yeah, Rosie doesn't really say anything. At the moment she's just trying to steady her breath. Like, she can't quite, almost like not just realize what's just happened, but she's trying to deal with each thing in the moment rather than what's actually happened.
Are you okay?
Do I look okay?
Well, due to the circumstances, obviously.
And she's just like, do you know what? And she can't really say much. She's still just trying to breathe. She's like, it really hurts. Like, she's trying not to, like, cry almost at the same time.
Okay, then you're in shock. You're gonna be fine.
No kidding! Like, I'm in shock.
I've seen worse wounds.
Don't start, Volta. I swear to God, I'll come over here and beat you with this leg if I have to.
I'm telling you, I've seen worse wounds heal up.
Yep. She's just not. She just goes back to looking at the ceiling like, just breathe, it's fine, just breathe.
And you guys notice that for the first time in a long time, you are having a conversation and no one is coming in to stop you.
So you got any idea about this prophecy thingy?
I have no idea what they're going on about, but that bald-headed freak is a serious dick. Like, come on! Like, and she's still just like,
I can't argue with that.
I don't know what a beacon is. I just don't know, and oh my god! Like, yeah, Rosie can't really comprehend much at the moment.
Clearly.
She's just like my leg and put a rock in there, like.
Understandably, I would say. But like I say, no one is coming to interrupt you guys at all.
No. Can I? Because my leg is like free. Not that I could do much with it. Like, it's gonna freaking hurt if I move it. But how much sort of leeway do I have? Have they had to like unbind my hips for this? What have they actually?
Hopefully easy.
So your wrists, your neck are still bound, and your elbows are still bound.
Okay.
But your left leg is completely unbound.
What about my right leg?
Your right leg is still bound.
It's still bound.
Your left leg is also, not only is it free, it is bound in a full-length splint cast, so you can only move it as like a single appendage.
Okay, so is there a way like I can use my like new leg and try and just push, like hold on the leather strap and try and pull out my other leg?
What are you going to push off of is what I'm thinking.
No, like so how the leather straps are, if I use, you know, like when you're trying to take off a boot, you hold onto the side of it and try and pull your foot out. That sort of thing.
Make me a Constitution save.
That's gonna hurt.
Oh, it's gonna really hurt. I'll be out again. You wait.
On a 13, your body is racked with pain as you try and do this. Make a strength check.
Okay. What am I doing? Sorry, am I doing a save or?
Just a regular strength. Just click on your strength.
Okay. I can't, apparently. For some reason. Sorry,
Save them.
let me... Okay.
Woo! Damn.
On a 24,
Mm.
you manage to slide your right leg free.
Okay. But she's there, like almost like looking at the ceiling with her legs, like, because that really hurt. Like,
By that, I mean you managed to break the buckle because your leg is still bound at the thigh.
okay. Yeah, now I'm stuck.
Maybe.
And she'll let me like, Volta, any idea whatsoever?
Well, I tried to break free of the freaking crest straps, but they were too tight bound.
Oh, if you can't break free, there's no way I'm breaking free with like half a leg. Like, she's just getting a bit.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Strap, but that was the right side. That's what I said last time I went from Barn, I remember.
I'm not sure, to be honest. Can you repeat once more?
That the straps were too tight bound, so I wasn't able to.
Yeah, they're pretty tight on you. You can make another strength check if you like. No one's listening this time, so you can be a bit more nary make hair.
Mm.
My rolls is.
Head, what is happening?
I'd definitely put roll 20 in the dice bin if I were you.
Can I do that? I got my dice.
So, you hear footsteps coming up the hallway.
Okay.
Rosie? Rosie, Volta, are you there?
I stay very quiet. I'm still quite like. I'm still trying to focus on the actual pain I'm feeling in my leg right now. And if it's the voice, do I recognize the voice?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the traitor.
Yes, I will not be answering that voice.
I still see him as a traitor, so I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, I heard the screaming. I'm sure it's you guys in there. Listen, they trust me. I don't know why, but they trust me. They just hold on. Don't
Hold
give.
on!
Don't
Oh, he's a joker as well.
don't give in. Don't give
Thriving.
in. Because eventually they will take you to see the Dark One. I don't think I can get you out of this cell, but maybe when they're transferring you to the Dark One, maybe. I don't have a lot to go on. Just hold on. We're trying to rescue you.
Yep, that worked great last time.
Mm-hmm.
And you can already hear the footsteps leaving back down the corridor.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's fly back, actually, to Runo. We could go to Dwayne, but basically she's just hanging there alone, so that would be a bit boring.
Poor
Runo, it's been about half an hour that you've been scrabbling at this thing, and you've started to make a little bit of a hole, and then you hear... Okay, I think the concoction is cool. And you see him go and select a syringe from...
I go faster!
You can hear him then go and select a syringe from a rack, and like you can hear the sounds of like a... As he's
Wait,
zipping it up.
am I... Like... Did he explain what he's going to do with Runo? Because I, as a player, don't understand, so I'm not sure.
Well, it's not very clear, to be honest. He keeps saying that he's going to try and stop Ratty from being crazy, and to try and help him give up his compulsion to try and escape.
Oh, that's great.
Good guy, Steve.
Wait, bye, guys. How big is the hole? Like...
Smaller than the hole in the bars.
I want to try because I rolled really bad at the first one.
Turn into a bear and eat up Steve.
Give me an athletics roll.
Yes. Natural 20, please!
Almost.
On an 18, you jam your way into this hole really hard. You get your head through as wood splinters away. Some of it cuts into your side, in fact. Make me a 1d6 for damage.
Okay.
And you sort of squeeze most of your way through, and then you get stuck on the shoulders.
Oh, that was wrong. No, I'm stuck.
Stuck on the shoulders.
Oh.
I still need
Turn into a bear.
Wasn't it?
I was gonna say.
I don't want hell to break loose. No!
That's
How many
four.
rolls?
Slash first. Slash first.
Slash first.
I've broken Ambly. Sorry, everyone. I've broken
Slash
Ambly.
R. Slash R is enough, isn't it?
Yeah, slash R also works. Yeah, take 4 points of damage from the wood as it cuts into your sides as you get stuck.
What is my temporary hit points as a mouse? Is my question.
Did you stay as a mouse?
Yeah.
You're a rat.
Oh.
You're a rat.
Yeah.
I would say your temporary hit points as a mouse is about 6.
Oh, alright, great.
Going down.
Okay. Wait, I still got trapped as a mouse.
Yep.
Okay. Are we really doing this?
Steve
Are we
walks over looking for Ratty.
I pull up my head.
You pull back into the... Make me another athletics save. Athletics roll.
Wait, I pull out from the hole.
What, you mean you pull back into the cage? I'm confused what you mean. What do you mean by
Wait.
pull off your head?
Put back.
Pull back. Pull back into the cage, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be trapped with my head when Steve comes.
Yeah. So you can do that without taking any damage. But give me an athletics check. That's acrobatics, so I'll let you roll athletics instead.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. On a 20, you pull your head free and you are back in the bedding. as Steve is opening the cage door. Ratty! Where are you, Ratty?
Okay, is it open?
The door is just opening.
I want to try to escape again.
Ooh,
Make a
as a mouse this time.
yeah, because I assume it's too late to change.
I will let you change if you want to change.
Yes, I want to change. If I have the time.
So make me a stealth roll.
Please.
Ooh, and as the bedding rumbles and rustles as you change, he goes, "Oh, there you are, Ratty!" And he picks
Shouldn't
up
have changed.
pretty much all of the bedding with you. And
Can I
no,
I bite him so he drops me?
make me a straight dexterity again, I think.
Please, Bruno. 19.
On a 19, you sink your teeth into his fingers, and he keeps hold of you, but he does start to bleed, and he holds you pretty much up to his face, and he goes, "Now, Ratty, come on!
I turn
exactly."
into a wolf. I turn into a wolf.
Oh, now you're. Oh, fucking hell.
Still biting though.
Oh,
Just. Oh, shit's gonna go down.
as
I don't want.
you begin to morph, Steve freaks out. The syringe
the
in his hand, he stabs at your changing figure. And whilst you are changing, you are unable to dodge.
No. No.
You feel
I really didn't want the needle.
the needle sinks deep into like basically the small of your skull, like the back of your skull, into your body there. He sinks it just into the back of you, so it will diffuse into your back and down into the rest of your body, much like you would give a pet flea treatment or its jabs. Yeah, that sort of thing. He jabs it into you, and as you grow larger, make me please a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. 23.
Ooh, Jesus.
You recognize these effects. You've done fairly strong narcotics in the past, and this one isn't affecting you the same way that it might another. As this change comes over you, you start to basically feel pretty high and pretty relaxed, but you don't really feel any pain anymore.
Okay. Am I a wolf? Am I?
As the needle stabs into you, and it does this, however, it reverts you back to Ratty. You stay in your form. You don't. And he goes, "Oh, Ratty! What on earth was?" He has dropped you now. He's like, "What on earth was that?
I'm trying to run away."
You've never done that before." Make a dexterity save for me.
Oh, I love Steve.
No!
When it counts.
Doesn't a rat have more dexterity?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, Bruno got 0 in dexterity. He is not an athletic person.
It's going to need to be like +9 though to make that good.
True, I'm not saying.
I'll check it though.
Oh, this is bad.
You don't
This
say.
is so bad.
As you go to run away, he stamps on your tail, trapping you. And he picks you up again. "Now, Ratty, we need to investigate what happened here. It seems that by chopping off your toe, I've given you some sort of strange ability. Or maybe it was one of the other tests. I'm not sure. What we should do is try some other tests and see if we can do it again."
I wiggle and try to bite him again.
You cannot. This time he has put on a glove that
Like
he
a
keeps on the side. And he picks you up with the glove. he takes a pair of scissors off the side. And he snips your tail.
Oh, my tail!
Now you've lost your tail, I think the next test we should do is try splicing you with a newt and see if the tail and the toe grow back. Then I will be the only scientist to have made a gnat? No. A root? A root? No. A rat newt! And he thrusts you back in the cage and locks the lock that only he can unlock.
I hate him, but I love him at the same time. What is this feeling?
Stockholm.
It's ambivalence. Get it? Ambivalence?
Carry on with the session.
Okay, sorry. I tried.
We have none of your puns here.
So you are back in the cage, and you are basically coming down from a high as a rat. And he goes back over to his bench, and he goes, I just need a newt! And he runs to the door, and goes into, not the exit, but down into what looks to be a store cupboard. I'm sure I had something down here somewhere! I wonder if a gecko would work.
I go back and try to scratch the hole in.
Give me another athletic save. You scratch at the bar, you scratch at the hole. Little bits come chipping away, but you can tell this is going to take a long time. As is Steve's newt experiment over the next few days as you scrabble at the hole and he continues to mix different bits of newt until he is happy with his concoction. You are getting closer to escape, and he is getting closer at trying to transform you once and for all into a rat newt. In these few days, Volta and Rosie have received a fair amount of punishment. Various incisions have been made around your body to try and inflict the most pain possible. He's tried hammering at you in different places to create lumps and bruises, which he would then cut open and press, and he even put, at one point, a live animal just under your skin so that it would claw its way out. A small mouse, in fact.
That was not Runo!
His attentions are mainly on Volta, and he often would say to Rosie, I see that you will not break, but perhaps, and I know this one will not break, but perhaps if I start to seriously injure him, perhaps losing a limb or an eye, something that he has two of course, you might be willing to speak. Unless, of course, I remove both arms. Can you imagine a gladiator with no arms?
Rosie sort of ignores him, just stays, like, staring up at the ceiling. Like, trying to be quite stubborn with it.
I'm not entirely sure that you even know that I was a gladiator before.
Oh, no, he wouldn't, but he's looking at your general body and just...
I mean Rosie.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, she probably met you as a guardsman, didn't she? But yeah.
Yep.
That's how he refers to you, no less.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It might be a surprise for Rosie.
Well,
I just think he's a nut job.
he actually leaves this room and goes back into Rosie's room and says, actually, I do remember one thing that seemed to get a rise out of you.
Yeah, I thought you might.
I suppose nothing is forbidden, but I suppose you must always save the best until last. This truly is probably my last port of call before we take you to the Dark One himself and he crushes you with his mighty gaze. And he picks up the pair of pliers.
Yes.
Now then,
My bowling fingers.
I will give you a chance. I won't do the whole finger all at once. I know you can resist at first, but we'll just go down a little bit at a time. And he takes your forefinger. He presses the knuckle between the end of your finger and the first joint between the pliers and says, "You've been very stubborn. Where is the beacon?"
She doesn't say anything.
He hits the pliers and the end of your finger comes flying off.
Yep, and she screams at that. Like,
You can see
Holy.
a bone sticking out and blood squirts up into down your body.
and she's just like, mother, like she can't deal with it. Basically, it's almost like it's hardened her being here. She's endured it before. She'll endure it again.
Now then, Archer, I don't think there's any point going for the middle joint. We both know that you could archery just as well with your middle finger. So I think I shall go to the stump now. And he goes to the stump between the hand and the rest of your finger. And he says,
What do you mean? Sorry.
so like literally your knuckle, your true knuckle on the
I see.
on the index finger.
Yeah.
He says, now then, do you have any idea where the beacon might be?
She sort of looks at him and is just like, I don't know what a beacon is. I don't know where it is, what it does. I don't know. You're some crazy nutter who's just a sadistic freak. And then
Begins
she spits on
squeezing.
him. And she's like, you're a sadistic freak. Like,
Blood starts to run around the end of your finger.
Yep.
He's doing it a bit slower this time.
Yep.
Are you sure?
I am very sure.
Crunch. Bye-bye index finger.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me then. Tell me this at least. Confirm for me that the man laying on the bed in the next cell is the beast.
You really are a nut job, aren't you?
Is he the beast?
And she spits at him.
And as you do that, he takes the pliers and takes off your middle finger.
And Rosie screams.
Rosie is perhaps no longer an archer.
No.
Maybe.
He
like,
makes his way to the door and says, fair enough. Sleep well tonight, for in the morning you meet the Dark One proper. You think that I am dark. And he walks away down the corridor.
And at that point, Rosie sort of lets like the demeanor go, and she's just like, like, because obviously archery has been her whole life. Like, she had her father's bow. That's all she's really trained in, and she freaks out a little bit, but silently. Like, she's not, she's just. It's almost like it's really surreal for her. She doesn't get it.
Mm. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before resting up and seeing the Dark One in the morning?
I think Rosie's just like, he took my fingers. He took my fingers. He took my art. Like, she just keeps saying it to herself, not necessarily to Volta, but she's like, he took my fingers. And I think
I try to
slowly
comfort her as much as I can, but
yeah, like it progresses from. It's not that she ignores Volta. It's like she can't hear him, and she starts off like really upset, like, he's taken my fingers, I don't have my fingers, and it gradually just gets angrier to just being rage-inducing towards this, whatever he is.
Can Runo go through the hole? Can he transform, by the way, to another animal?
The effects of the drug suppress your shape change ability.
Of course they does. I wanna try to go through the hole.
Give me another athletics check.
I mean, it gotta be bigger by now.
Oh yeah, it's bigger.
Oh, natural 20!
You burst
Yes,
through the hole
finally.
and land on the floor.
Someone gets a break.
I
Yeah.
run for it. I run for it.
There is a small gap between the hinge and the door that you can squeeze through.
I do that. Okay, great. I still can't. I can't do anything as a rat. I guess the mission is still the same. I'm trying to locate where they're keeping Rosie and Bolter.
Okay, so you start to run towards the areas of the castle that you haven't checked yet, this cavern. As you do so, you see Fodel striding back towards what looks like Dwayle's cell.
Okay.
Welcome
Well
back, Eagles.
now, I follow him.
Excellent. He rounds the corner and then another 2 corners until he comes to the place that you recognize as Dwayle's cell. He opens the door after a short exchange with the guard and makes his way in. You may enter as you have done before through the tunnel if you would like.
Sorry?
You may enter through the tunnel as you have done before if you would like.
Yes, I do that.
Okay, you make your way into the tunnel. And at the other end, you can see Dwayle. Now, Dwayle, over the last couple of days, Fodel has only came in once to say that he is close to something and left again very quickly. He walks into the room, closing the door behind him.
Okay. Am I still like in exactly the same position I was, sort of strung up and
Pretty much.
I guess I heave sort of a deep sigh and just sort of say anything?
Yes. Yes, indeed. First of all, I think I have a plan. Second of all, I found the layout you asked for.
Okay.
And thirdly, I have stolen the key to free you. I can free your arms and your legs, and we can try and get out of here. We'll have to take out the guard.
Oh my
But-
god, that's easy.
But well, he's quite a big bloke. I wouldn't be able to do it myself, but I can perhaps sing you a song and inspire you.
And I actually
Freaking
almost
bots.
like allow myself a laugh, and I'm like,
But first, Dwayle, you must listen. 1 second. Tell me where they are. Sorry, I've got to try and keep up some sort of ruse. If I keep coming here for secret conversations, they'll get suspicious. They are moving them tonight. In the morning, they'll be moving your
Where
friends.
to? Where?
They're going to take them to see the Dark One.
Oh, well, then we need to get them out before then, right?
I believe in transit is our best bet. They'll be guarded and they'll be chained heavily. They may even take, further steps to make sure they can't run away, if you catch my drift.
No, I know. Okay.
But
About Runo, have you seen Runo?
I haven't seen hide nor hair of Runo anywhere.
I make a beep.
And
I
Frodo's
guess I'm in the room.
like, oh God, that's Steve's pet Ratty.
No,
Oh.
Bruno goes like,
This little rat is standing there going.
And I'm sort of squinting, and I'm like, does Ratty also know vigorous hand gestures?
Perhaps not. And he'll get down and go, Runo, it's safe here. You can change back into your normal self.
Runa,
Suddenly remembering, I suddenly sort of like cross my legs, and I'm like, ha! Yeah. Look at the floor! Look at the floor! Christ.
Runa is actually like climbing up on him, like, and sits on his shoulder, like, yep. This is my spot now.
Look.
Perhaps this isn't Ratty, because Ratty's only ever bitten me.
Runa nods, like.
Look, whatever. Can you just get me down?
Yes, of course. And he takes the key and he unlocks your legs first, so that you may put your legs on the floor, and then takes your hands free so that you don't fall. He goes over to his cloak, which he put on the table when he walked in, the table full of instruments. And he says, well, there's already a scalpel here and a few other vicious-looking, well, torture devices, but weapons, essentially, I suppose. But I also bought this, and he pulls from under his cloak a hatchet.
Runa takes a small scalpel in his mouth, like. Oh.
I sort of give it a long look, and I'm like, alright, I'm 60% sure that's Reno. Otherwise the rats in here are just as despicable. Look, do you, and I sort of, like a spare robe or anything?
I'm afraid... Well, you can take my cloak for now, of course. He takes his cloak off the one and gives it to you. But I thought it doesn't really cover you very well at all, which is probably why he didn't think of it in the first place.
Yeah.
The quicker we take up the guard, the quicker you'll have some clothes.
Fine. Just
Runa run. Does he have any pockets?
Fodel?
Yeah.
Yes, on a guardsman's uniform there'll be pockets on his breast and at his sides.
I go to the side pocket and hide there.
With the scalpel?
Oh yeah.
And they're like, arr.
okay. So
Runa is ready.
Okay. Do me a favor. Let out a loud scream. Do it now!
Jesus Christ! And I just kind of like let out a loud yell. I'm like, so I scream really loudly and sort of hold the hatchet like.
Okay. And then he'll open the door. He'll put one hand on the door and say, ready, 3, 2, 1. And he opens the door.
And I go into a rage immediately, like all these days I've spent fucking chained up to this fucking Starkers with nothing to do and just feeling so helpless. That all builds into this gigantic rage, and I am shaking, and I drive the hatchet into the guy's face.
So he is completely surprised by this, so make me an attack roll.
Okay. But it's not maul, is it? So, crap, I only have a maul.
Start for hatchets and add.
Hand axe would be a good sacrifice, probably in the
Okay,
compendium.
bear with 1 second. Hand axe. No results. Fuck off.
Hatchets for...
Hand axe. There it is. It's all one word. Of course it is. Okay. And then enraged is +2
to your damage roll.
Okay. So I'll just add 2 onto this roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Cool. Okay, yeah, so I drive this hand axe into his face.
Not the face.
So that's 13. Come on.
With advantage, because he is completely
With advantage
taken
to...
by surprise.
Oh, shit, okay. 27.
You bury this hand axe into the base of his skull, and the man goes down like a sack of potatoes. He flumps to the floor and quickly begins to bleed.
Immediately, I grab him and I drag him back into my cell and shut the door.
Fodel goes and stands outside.
Okay, I'll take off the guard's armor and put it on myself. And yeah, does the guard have like anything else on him at all?
He has a spear and a short sword.
Okay, I'll take both. And yeah, I'll after sort of getting dressed and equipping myself,
How much taller is the guard?
Oh, he's quite a lot taller. These are very baggy fit clothes, but you're sort of, I guess you've sort of taken his tunic and you're wearing it like a dress.
Perfect. So yeah, I go and stand up back in the corridor. Right. Okay. one down, and I sort of like wipe the blood because I guess it's like splattered a lot on my face, and I just kind of rub it off my face and go, right,
Yes.
where are Rosie and Volta?
Well, with him in there, if we close this door, I believe we've bought ourselves some time, because we have all night. They'll be moving them in the morning. We need to supply ourselves. Now, we need things like, things that create smoke, fire, things that can distract and make noise. I don't think you alone can take on several elite guards.
Give me a chance. No, you're right. Okay, is there anywhere we can hide for now while we try and find things?
Well, I was sort of thinking we could do two birds with one stone. And he picks up Runo out of his pocket, avoiding the scalpel, and says, "Runo, just nod or shake your head. Does Steve have things in his laboratory that we could use to disable, stun, confuse the guards?"
Runa nods.
Well, I think taking out Steve would be preferable to taking out elite guards, don't you think?
Right. Yes. Okay.
He's like taking his tiny little paws and like holding the scalpel, like he's gonna have his vengeance.
I sort of pass the short sword to Fodel, and to Fodel, and I sort of say, "Okay, lead the way."
Runo. Headache. Piercing headache. It hurts like hell. Everything is crashing in your brain. You are coming down, and you're coming down hard. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Is this has this happened before?
Not to you, but you know what it means. On a 9.
Wow.
On a 9.
Oh.
On a 9, you take 1d6 psychic damage.
How much does the rat have?
We're just gonna carry a
8.
dead rat in our pockets.
I have 2.
Roll 1d9.
Ooh. We'll say on the transformation you get the extra hit.
I have 2 now because I guess I had 2 when I was a mouse, but then I transformed into a rat, and I guess
You'd get
these
the extra
few
2,
days
so you'd have 4.
I have a rest, I think.
Yeah, I think we can
Because
say
it was
that.
a
You've
few
had a
days.
rest, and if Steve saw you were injured, he probably would have patched you up.
Yeah, so that's 2 hit points left.
Yeah,
Right.
that'd put you back at full health, wouldn't it?
You're back at full health.
Back at 8.
Yeah, exactly 8, and I took 6 health. No, 6 damage.
No,
Yes.
1d6. You can roll it.
1. Oh, all right.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to give you 6. I wasn't going to do 6 straight damage. I'm not that evil.
Oh, okay.
Unless it gives you a natural.
I know you, Adam.
Unless it rolls a crit, and then you'll be taking 6 damage.
3.
All right.
So, fine.
All right, so that's fine.
And basically, you slump. You
Okay.
slump, and you are... Basically, it looks like you faint. You're still conscious, you're still aware of things, but you're basically just lying face down on the floor now, like a vegetable.
I pick up.
It goes like this and like.
I pick up Runo really gently with my hands and give him a small poke. I'll sort of say, "All right," and I sort of pass him to Fodel and just say, "Look, just take care of him. All right."
Did you get my scalpel?
Oh, my scalpel, damn it.
With the scalpel, and I pass him. They just put him in the pocket and just take care of him.
I might be
safer
small.
with you than he will be with me.
I might be small, but I have big plans for Steve.
Fucking hell. Okay, so yeah, I sort of turn to Fodel and just sort of say, "Look, lead the way."
So he goes up to the first corner, holding out a hand to stop you from coming too close. He looks around the corner both ways. Runo, if you were more aware of yourself, you'd realise this is the way to Steve's laboratory.
Okay.
And he turns around with shock in his eyes and says, two guards coming up the corridor. What do we do?
And is there anywhere for like me to hide, but Fodor can stay?
You're literally in a corridor.
Shit. I guess I just try and stand to attention.
So some meta play. Can I come with a suggestion?
Ooh.
Yes, no, maybe.
Up to Ali.
I guess, do it. Go on.
You can pretend that he's escorting you as a prisoner to Steve.
I'm wearing guard's clothing though.
But
That is
you
true.
are naked for some reason. Maybe they might not want you to be naked if you're going to go and meet.
That's true. Okay, yeah. So I sort of like, I sort of tuck my hatchet. Because obviously the tunic's quite big. I sort of tuck the hand axe like into the tunic, and I sort of rough my hair up and just sort of like pull up my sleeves, exposing sort of all the cuts and stuff. And just sort of go, okay, look, just grab me tightly and pretend I'm a prisoner. Just take me. Say you're taking me to Steve. I'll do some crying act or some bullshit. I don't know. Just make it up, okay?
So he grabs your wrists and kicks your legs so that you fall to your knees. He's not really sure what he's doing. Literally, the two guards, they walk across the corridor ahead, talking to each other, and continue to walk. And they sort of just say to each other, yes, we need to move them tonight. Both of them. Shouldn't we do it one at a time? No, I think they want to do... And they sort of fade out as they...
Okay.
And Fodor lets out a massive sigh of relief.
I stand back up and fix him with like a glare, but there's no heat behind it, and I'm like, you really went for it, didn't you?
I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I thought we were going to get caught.
I sort of rub my legs and I'm like, ow, all right, well, fine. And I sort of take my hatchet back out and go, right, let's go.
Does Runa still have the horrible headache?
It'll be fading, and as it fades, so will the effect of the drug.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you arrive at Steve's door.
Is there like a window or anything, or
No, but
can I press my ear
Fodor.
to it and see if I can...
Fodor turns to you and says, "Remember, they all think I'm a high-ranking guard. That the demon did give me at least one thing from the deal." And he knocks on the door and says, "Steve, are you in there? Steve?" He opens the door. Steve is nowhere to be seen.
Shit.
Okay, well,
You're like, "Ah."
okay, look, he's not here, so let's just grab what we need and go. Okay.
Runa jumps down to the floor and I want to try to transform back.
You can transform.
Yes. Just you can see just Runa go like.
Oh,
You
I've
are,
been a
What?
rat.
you are missing
been-
your little finger and third finger from your third hand, and
Oh shit!
and you have a large graze on your back.
No, did I lose my tail as well?
You don't have a tail, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Runa got a tail.
Oh yeah, you do have a tail.
Tieflings have
Yeah,
tails. Tieflings
your
have
tail
tails.
has also been snipped. Not like a He didn't snip it all the way back. He just snipped it about halfway. So you have a stump at halfway.
Oh,
that's
Runa,
gonna make
I sort of go-
happen.
Oh Jesus Christ! What the hell did they do to you? Look, just no time for that. Just come on, let's grab what we need and get Rosie and Volta, and then we can leave.
yeah.
Right.
Runa's like, I've been a rat for I don't know
Whatever
how many
for?
days.
You can even as you say that, your nose sort of twitches and you suddenly get a hankering for like rat food, and you start looking around twitchily as though you are still a rat.
Right. Well, just I don't really want to know what you've been doing for the past few days, but let's just find what we need and get the hell out of here, okay? And I sort of start.
Okay,
Can I...
Runa actually like tries to. Yeah, that's the drug that that's
What?
the drug that Steve used on me. I don't know what it does, but it definitely drugs someone.
As you look through his supplies, Runo, give me a medicine check, please.
Absolutely.
Just saying the missing of a tail would mess up
Ah,
with that's really...
I'm rolling bad today, guys.
Ed
Can
makes a
I-
good point. Your balance is slightly off as well with your lack of tail.
Oh, right. So I'm gonna have disadvantage on every athletics check. Thank you, Ed.
Can I roll like a medicine check to see if I can see anything?
Yeah, you can roll a medicine check, and Runa, you can also roll as a history check.
That's better.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, the drugs
so
are still
confused.
weighing on Runo's mind, and he tries to tell you, Ali, that what you recognise as foxglove is actually a powerful narcotic, and you don't believe him because you can clearly see which on these tables are powerful narcotics and which are not. Whilst you are gathering things, we will pan back into the chamber. The door creaks open to Rosie's cell. So, they say that you're not healing fast enough, so I've come to help you along.
And she sort of like looks at him like, does she recognize him? Because they did carry him down the mountain.
Yeah, you definitely recognize Steve. He's still wearing the same lab coat. It's filthy.
I was just like, oh god, not you. Like,
don't you worry, I have things and tools that will fix you up in a pinch. And,
oh, I bet you do.
He takes the scalpel off of the bench and unceremoniously slices the cast all the way down your leg, not really minding if he cuts your leg a little bit. Don't worry about that, we'll heal that back in a second. And he reaches into his lab coat and pulls out a vial.
And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like she sort of knows what's happening when it comes to actual things, but they haven't done any, like, potions on her yet. She's like, what is that? Like, well, no, she's not. She's like, what is that?
You can't lift your hand still.
Yeah.
And he's like, never you worry. And he pours the contents of the vial onto your leg, specifically into the healing bone. And you have the strangest sensation. Your body feels like a plant growing through a wooden board. You can feel a lot of pain and a lot of struggle as your body knits itself back together. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, yeah.
17.
On a 17, you certainly stay up, and you can even look down and see that your leg now has a moving knee joint.
Interesting.
Now then, bend it up and down. Come on.
Rosie's like gradually does it, like almost like not expecting it to work.
Too slow, too slow. He grabs your leg and starts thrusting it up and down and twisting it.
Whoa,
around to
whoa,
see how
calm
the joint
down.
works. And it does hurt like hell.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and she is like, ah, like she just screams out as, like she's just yelling again. She doesn't know it at the moment.
All better. And Steve leaves and goes, now then, to try and finish off our tests on Ratty. And the door sort of slams behind him, but Steve isn't the most cautious of fellows. Your left leg is still free with a working knee joint, and the door sits slightly ajar.
Okay. Is my right leg still free?
No, the orderlies would have done it back up once they were fixing you.
Okay.
No, sorry, in the last few days. No, what's his name himself was there. He was there, and he would have done it back up.
Oh, okay. I don't really know what I can do with one leg free. Is there anything on the floor I can try hook up?
Well,
or
I'll tell you what you can do with one leg free. The same thing you did before, but this time you can bend your leg.
okay, then I'll try and do that.
Give me an athletics save. On a 13, you gingerly almost, getting used to your leg, slide the buckle down a little way. You slide the buckle down to your ankle, and you can feel that it is loose. If you can free your thigh, you may be able to free your leg.
Okay. Can I try that?
Indeed.
Okay. Do you want me to roll again, or?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
On an 18.
She is mad, by the way. She is pissed off.
On an 18, you place your foot into the strap holding your right thigh, and with a surge of effort, you push your body up off the table, freeing your second leg.
Okay.
You are not bound at the hip, but your wrists, your elbows, and your neck are still bound to the table. But apart from that, you can move your body around.
Okay, is there anywhere where I can use my leg to hook the table with the instruments on?
Yes.
And pull it towards, like, my hand?
Yes.
Can I do that, please?
Yes.
Athletics again?
No. You pull the table across. It's only a few feet away. It's on wheels. You pull it across, and it slides up near to your hand.
I'm trying to listen so it doesn't. If people come around, so I can stop her, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Make me a perception roll.
Perception.
On a 14, you can't hear anyone approaching.
Okay, as that happens, can I try and grab something that's like used for cutting, and using the hand try and cut through one of the strap?
Mm-hmm. So you look down at the table and you can see a scalpel sitting on the top. It's the same scalpel that Steve just used to slice the cast open. He's also, as I said, he's not the most careful of people, and he has just lain it back on top of the pouch rather than putting it away.
Okay, can I do that then? Can I take that scalpel and try and break the...
Give me a sleight of hand.
Bond?
You can do it. I believe in you.
Oh, you shouldn't have. Can I try again?
Advantage.
On a 7, you drop the scalpel and it rings on the floor.
Oh, God. Okay. Is there anything else on the table?
There are other things in the pouch, but you can't see them specifically.
Can I sort of reach round and try and open the pouch? Like put my fingers, the remaining fingers in, and just try and like open it?
So as you do this, you feel the weight of a handle press into your fingers.
Right. What? The one I'm using to try find stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You feel a handle.
Mm-hmm. Can I pull it out?
Yes, you pull it out of the pouch. Give me a sleight of hand.
Oh god, I swear to god, if I drop every single instrument.
Yeah.
I'm so mad. 21!
Oh!
Here we go.
Can I do like a proper like little flip, like, haha?
You might not want to, as you retrieve from the pouch the spoon, which still has your pussy flesh in the...
great. I flick it off, and then I try and get under the buckle and flick it open.
Give me another sleight of hand.
For God's sake, I dropped the spoon. I swear to God.
Hey!
With a 19, you manage to wedge the spoon in the buckle and bend the pin so that it no longer holds on the buckle, and you can then wiggle yourself free. You now have a free hand.
Huzzah!
I undo my neck and I undo my other hand.
Mm-hmm.
I take the spoon and I take the scalpel and anything else sharp that are swift, and then I run over to Volta and I undo all of his.
You find a pair of scissors, and under the bench you will remember seeing the hatchet.
Oh, I'm taking that. I know who I'm using that on.
So,
like, I'm guessing hobble over, not necessarily a quick mover right now.
Yes. So
yeah,
as you put your foot on the ground for the first time, make me both a Constitution and a Dexterity saving throw.
If I pass out, I'm just laying there.
I'm free!
You are awake.
Oh, was it Dexterity? Oh, I did.
Oh, okay.
With a 15, you feel your knee buckle as your kneecap slides around the side of your leg.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm like, you're doing this on purpose. You're doing this because I have a dodgy knee, aren't you?
You take
With a kneecap problem.
you with your hand, you can sort of take it and slam it back into the right place.
I do.
Ah!
I'm really angry. I'm literally just like,
With that
Like-
anger,
slam it.
make me another Constitution saving throw.
Yep. If I pass out now, I'm gonna be so embarrassed.
So many
Oh,
checks.
is that like?
On an
This is what-
11,
Alice, this
on an 11, Alice,
Yes.
the contents of your empty stomach come up, and you
I throw
Reach
up all over the
bile.
floor.
onto the floor.
Yeah. Yep. No, I'll let you do that.
this is what happens when you don't go to the gym, Alice.
Yeah, I know. Whole week off, blocked in by snow. What are you gonna do?
However, you can still move around.
I've sort of just thrown up. I'm still pretty angry about everything, so I just sort of still go over to Volta. I unbuckle him, and then I put like a big knife or something in his hand to be like, "There you go." And
Jeez.
he's just like, "I'm gonna need your help walking. I don't think I can
Oh,
do
don't
this."
you worry
on my
about
own."
that.
Yeah. Okay. Now, can we? Can
We
I
take a
sort of-
quick peek
stealth?
outside and see if it's
Yeah, can I sort of stealth the door and see if I can see / hear anything?
So, to get across to Volta's cell, you would have had to go out into the main room anyway. And as
Okay.
you did so, the hallway was empty.
Okay.
As it
I thought
still
I
is.
was able to cross.
Oh, it still is empty because
No,
the way
there
you
were
said that.
bars across the
Yeah.
center. There were bars across the center of the room, so they were separated rooms. But
Yeah,
Okay.
but I thought there was a door between them.
no,
Oh no,
Okay, so
my bad.
if it's still empty, I'm gonna try and leave.
Yeah,
I have weapons. I am angry. I am
So-
short, but I am angry.
this is a small corridor. There are 2 or 3 other chambers, and if you were to look inside any of them,
yeah.
yeah.
then on the ceiling you would notice that there is no prophecy. It seems that only the one room had been painted or engraved as such.
The room has been prophesied.
Yeah.
This is, however, is a very short corridor with a flight of stairs that goes down.
Quick question.
So there's only
Are
one
we
way to go,
enclosed?
so to speak.
Yes. Sorry.
Are we in clothes?
No.
Okay, I'll look around for clothes.
Yes, please.
I feel I've got to know Volta very well over the last couple of days.
A little too well.
A little too well.
There's not really anything to be seen around. In some of the rooms, there's like some loincloth style stuff. You could maybe fashion something, but there's not.
Something, yes. Something
Yeah,
is better than nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. I
So
do
now
that.
Yeah.
Cover yourself.
There is only one way down,
Mhm.
Or one way up.
or one way up. Look at you, Mr. Glass Half Full.
Are we going up or going down?
Can we hear?
You're
anything?
going down.
Oh, okay.
We are
okay,
going down.
Okay. Then
Do we
I can
hear
do
anything below?
No, but you can see like a flickering light, as if there's a torch or something coming up the stairs.
that. Can I duck into the shadows? Please.
Well, you can up here.
Yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
please.
Oh, hang on. So is it not coming up?
No. It's just flickering as though the room below is lit.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
well,
yeah. I misunderstood that as well.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Can I-
Maybe.
We
Sorry,
can,
I should have said a sconce, not a torch.
So can I shuffle down and just have a look?
Yeah, exactly. I let her go first.
Roll me a stealth.
Ladies first.
Yes. Well, the sneaky.
I am
rogue leader
still
first.
stealthy with one leg.
With the rage of a tortured person, you make your way down the stairs. You see a balding fat man in chain armor sitting at a desk, looking towards a door. The only door in this room down here, directly beneath all the cells. This room is surprisingly large. It has many chains on the walls as if it has previously been a holding area, but currently he is the only person in the room.
Can I whisper back to Volta, like, I think we just found you an outfit? Like,
Is he that big?
He's a
guy.
big guy. He's got a lot of chain on him.
Yep.
Is this
Yeah.
a chain demon again?
No, this is chain mail. Sorry,
Oh, okay.
more obese than muscle.
Yeah,
Is
yeah, yeah.
there any way I can sneak further? Like, so he's looking. When you say that he's looking at the door, is that facing near me? Is that?
So
Or is
as
it
you come
back
down,
to me?
the stairs,
Mm.
the table and him face away from you towards the door.
I'm gonna stealth up to him and just try and slice his throat open.
Yes, please.
Roll me a stealth.
I got a limp. That's not bad on a limp.
On a 16, your knee twinges as you get close to him.
hmm
He turns in surprise, but he is
Can I-
surprised, so you can
That's
make your
him.
attack roll with
Yeah.
advantage.
What am I rolling for this? I
Um,
have a scout. I have a hatchet, sort of.
Well, I was saying you're going to go with the scalpel, and
Yeah, the
I
scalpel,
believe.
likely.
Tell you what, roll me a dexterity or strength. Roll me a dexterity without proficiency, and we'll up the damage because of the serrated nature of the blade.
Okay, sorry. How do I do that? Because I can't just click on dexterity.
Just click the box
Right.
next to the dexterity and then...
Unless it's your saving throw. Is it your saving throw?
No, this isn't my saving throw.
Not one
I
of your
can do
proficient
the
ones.
saving.
Not one of your proficient. Okay, no, you've got it just dexterity. That's fine.
Okay.
So, with a 15, you slash at his neck. Do me 1d10 damage.
1d10.
Come on!
There. Six.
On a 6, the knife doesn't go all the way through his neck. It catches on his main artery. And as it does so,
All
blood
you need.
blossoms into the knife blade and down the handle, soon covering your hand, so it feels warm with the red blood.
Can I cover his mouth and be like, and we're gonna lay you down?
You can. He bleeds onto the floor.
Mm-hmm.
As he does so, his blood starts to run into rivulets on the floor that you may not have noticed before. It begins to run and fill a pattern.
Obviously.
This sanguine pattern reveals a crescent moon. And the floor is almost a charcoal black.
So Rosie is noticing this, I'm assuming.
If you guys believe your character would notice, they notice.
Okay.
Did I hear anything of this?
You probably were sitting on the stairs watching the whole event, I would say.
Yeah, okay. Oh, right then.
Can I then stand after this guy's like dead and just beckon to Vulture and be like,
I
modes on?
jump up.
I've just killed the guard, so now I'm going to use sign language.
Yeah. No, she doesn't really know what she's going to. She's just like, just put him on.
That's all we need at the moment.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to, Alice, I mean, he's got some fingers you could take.
Yeah.
I'll take some for me as
What
well.
am I gonna do? Like packet them and take them with me. I'm alright.
Get to the hospital with a bag of ice.
I'm
Yeah.
joking,
Don't have a
sorry.
tail,
Yeah.
does he?
I'm taking someone else's fingers. I know whose fingers I'm taking.
I'm sorry.
Does his armor fit me?
It won't fit you.
Poorly.
It does fit you poorly, however. What is your normal armor class?
Plate. Oh,
Okay.
wait, I mean,
The number.
number is 17 at the moment.
17. So at the moment, we'll call it a 15 in this armor.
Yep, yep. What kind of armament does he has?
On him, there is a short sword and a spear.
I take the short sword. No, I take the spear. Spear.
You can take them
Spear
both
got
if you
range.
like. You.
I'm gonna give this. You want to have the short sword? looking at Rosie.
Can I really wield one at the moment?
I was gonna say you've got the hand axe in one hand, or the scalpel
Yeah.
rather. You
I'm
can
more
currently
thinking,
only.
Like, can I actually carry, like, with my lovely little fingers gone? Surely only a scalpel in one of the hands.
Yeah. Your hand with fingers can hold a weapon. At the moment, your other hand cannot.
Okay, well, I'm fine. But is there, like, a t-shirt or a robe or something I could put on? Like, it's a bit chilly.
So underneath his armor, there will be a tunic that you can wear in a similar fashion to Dwayne.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
It's a lot bigger on you. It sort of looks like you're wearing a circus tent. It's sort of like if a short skinny woman wore some maternity wear for someone much larger than them, that's pretty much what it would look like on you.
Adam, just to clarify, how, like, Runa lost a tail, a toe, and a finger?
Yeah. So on a rat, there would be 3 toes on each paw. He cut off your bottom toe, so you haven't lost a toe. He cut off a toe off your finger, off your hand. But when you transform back, that translated into the 2 fingers that move together on your hand, your pinky finger and the third finger.
The third, that one.
No, third. The one that feels like it wants to move with the pinky finger. That's the one.
Okay, so I got one hand that I can do.
You got finger guns!
You've got finger
at least
guns.
I can do finger guns.
Between you and Rosie, you have a whole hand.
Yes,
Hey.
we do.
Oh yeah. I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought Runa would like get away quite easily, and he seemed to be like the second worst. I think.
There we are.
Yeah. The more you know. I thought I would just be Steve's pet, and he would take care of me.
Shame on you!
I was wrong.
As you
Right.
guys contemplate the symbol on the floor, we pan back to Steve's laboratory, where you guys have been satcheling all of your different herbs and things that you have been finding, and you would have specified to certain ones which could be used into narcotics. And I think, Dwayne, as a witch's daughter, a herbalist's daughter, growing up, you would know how to slightly weaponize these. There's some breakable vials around, so you'll be crushing them up, maybe calcinating them a little bit, and cooking up various smoke grenades and that sort of thing.
I mean, Runo is still kind of drugged and confused, but he's also, you know, a man of the nature. Can he do anything
Not with
about
those
this? Or
rolls.
is he like...
You're pretty much, I would say, with the roles you had earlier, you can do stuff, but you're very much doing it under Dwayle's direction rather than taking your own initiative,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Okay.
Just like,
Runa-
sit.
Yeah, Runo, can he see any guards' uniforms here?
No.
No, alright. Can he find anything worth of taking? Like gold, weapons, I don't know, free animals, like anything.
Do me an investigation check.
Absolutely. Ooh.
Ooh. So, you may not know much about herbs or remember any herbs, but when you start to look around the room, you look around with the investigative movements of a rat looking for food, and as you scrabble around the cupboards and things, you find a small ornament.
Let's party! Don't you dare use the word party as a verb in this shop!
Of what?
It is a small hill with a bonfire on top.
Alright. Take it. I also take the scalpel. Is it
Scalpel.
scalpel? I
You
take that
still
one.
have the scalpel, yes.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
How-
And I wanna check out the lock that kept me locked inside for how many days? I don't know. I want to see if I can break it or open it without doing too much noise. Mind you, but you know, he's kind of angry at that.
So yes, do me if you want to try and pick the lock with the scalpel, do me an investigation. If you would prefer to try and quietly smash it, just give me a strength check.
Let's go with strength. Aww.
Oh my god.
It would
Oh,
seem
Bruno.
that this is a lock that only Steve can unlock.
Fuck.
Bullshit. Can I go and try and break it?
And as you think of Steve,
Oh no.
you begin to
Alright.
hear footsteps coming down the corridor, and there's like, oh, yes, oh, Ratty,
Can I-
Ratty, it's your turn
Can I-
now, Ratty.
Can I ready?
Bruno raises the scale.
Can I almost... So if the door opens a certain way, can I hide behind it so that when it opens you can't see me?
Yes, so you hide there, and as
And can I prepare an attack?
Yeah, same.
Okay, so as he comes through the door, you both want to attack as a reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, as he's walking in, he walks up to the door and he's still talking to her. He's like, Ratty, your last one worked very well. I tried it on the prisoners, and it worked so well, it basically restored her leg back to normal. And he pushes the door open and walks in.
Get
Go.
him.
Let's
I
have
roll.
them attack rolls.
Hand axe. So yeah, hand axe advantage
Okay.
to the back of his head. So-
I would like Runo to attack first, actually, as I feel Runo has earned it.
Yes. I want to take it and sort
You
of
better
give him,
roll well. I swear to God.
and give him his own medicine, and I want to try to stab him with the scalpel sort of close to the area.
Oh, okay, so you're gonna like, try and grab and stab.
Oh yeah.
Give me an attack roll.
Uh,
Just go with
we-
pure dexterity, no proficiency.
Oh wait, it's advantage. Oh, thank God.
With a 19,
Oh,
you
thank
sink
God.
you grab his shoulder and sink the scalpel into his back near his spine, and Steve's like, no! Do me 1d10 damage.
Pardon?
Roll 1d10.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
It's fine.
7.
On a 7, he is bleeding heavily, and he sort of like is twitching and twinging.
Bruno goes, "Look, you like this one, huh?"
And now, Dwayne, you also have a reaction attack with advantage.
Thank you. I'm gonna fail this now. Oh, alright.
Ooh, on a 19, you slash across. Where do you slash across?
I'm attacking directly the sort of just the back of his head.
Oh, so you're both attacking the back of his head. Oh.
Yeah, this guy's not gonna live.
So your axe blade sinks into the back of his neck, but it sort of catches the side rather than the center, and it slides through, slicing his main jugular. He starts to bleed heavily, and he sort of clasps his hand to his throat and his hand to his back, and he sort of goes down onto the floor, and he's like, No, I just figured out the secrets. I know all about the beacon. It was in Ratty. And he dies.
Yes.
I'm not celebrating. I turn very quickly to Runa and sort of say, I'm sorry. What was that? And I'm sort of like wiping off the blood that's obviously splattered onto my face again, which is great.
Bruno casts a healing spell on Steve and stabs him again.
You
Damn it, Bruno!
you do that, but you're literally just putting health and stabbing a corpse. Basically,
Oh, okay, it's not. He doesn't have like saving.
Oh, you ain't got resurrection.
No, he just goes.
Oh,
He's one of them NPCs that's got that little bit of information that maybe if you'd kept him alive, you could have learnt more, but you killed him. So there's no saving thrace for him.
So Steve is finally down.
And
Okay.
Steve, this marks
But
the end
he's
of
always
Steve.
in our hearts. But he's always in our hearts. From that.
I'm gonna create a Steve line.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just kind of wiping the blood off my face again, and I sort of hoist his body, and I kind of drag it into a corner and sort of throw it where you won't see it when you first walk in the room.
Okay. You don't want to do anything else with Steve?
I want to loot him.
Yeah, loot him, see what else he's got.
What
You
can I find?
put your hands through his grubby lab coat. In it are several scrumpled up bits of paper which have scribbles of like equations where he's worked out his own way of using letters and numbers to mean things rather than writing out the full alchemical formulas. However, you also find a grotty little logbook. And in this logbook, he has been keeping it like a diary. The diary reads fairly nonsensical for a while. Until about 2 weeks back, he found the statue of the beacon. And he's even drawn a little sketch of it. And this is the hill with a bonfire that Runo has picked up. And he is writing, and he's writing almost like a philosopher. His writings, though crazy and warped, are insightful in a way. Like things like the sort of thing that would be seen as absolutely crazy at the time, but could actually be quite true. Like, babies being jealous of their fathers because they love their mothers and that sort of thing. He's got them sort of things going on. He suddenly gets this divine inspiration. He starts writing stuff that's psychological but weird. And in the last few pages, he says, what if there really is more than one champion? What if there is no one true champion? What if the champion is all the things in the prophecy?
Oh, bloody hell.
Scrat, I got to complain. You didn't read that in Steve's voice.
I didn't. I can read it back in Steve's voice if you want. I mean,
But I think
No,
it's
it's
just...
fine. It's fine.
Please do.
Oh,
do you both read?
yeah. Jesus.
So he thinks that this is more towards you, Adam. He thinks that there's several champions.
He sort of says it like it reads as though the prophecies that the Dark Ones hold is that there is no multiple champions, there can only be one. And he is reading it as maybe there is more than one after all. Maybe the wording of the dark prophecies isn't quite the same.
Okay. I was gonna ask something. Shit. Yeah, is there anything about Ratty in there?
In the last few days, he is desperately trying to figure out the rat-newt formula, as he calls it. And he is using the tail and taking certain things from the tail to try and create this splicing genome that he can just plant in the body and it'll be fine. But he gets frustrated because no matter what he does with the DNA strands, it seems to only create light.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay, he didn't write anything more.
Nothing of use. It's very jumbled. You have to sift through several lines of the father of the church should be the most important, but then so should the and it's weird. He goes into weird ramblings.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, I guess we sort of take these all these notes and stuff and put them in our robes or whatever. I sort of stand up and look over at Fodal and say, right, okay, what now?
Fodal, whilst you have been moving Steve, took it upon himself to move towards the door and listen outside, and all of a sudden he holds up a hand and sort of like, shh, and beckons you to come closer.
And I go...
and outside the room you can hear two people walking along the corridor. I believe that we should take them to the Dark One early. If they have a full night's sleep, they might feel well rested, and we wouldn't want that now, would we? And the second voice says, yes, I understand that. I don't believe you needed to send Steve, though I believe my medical solution would have sufficed if only we had a little more time. Yes, it may have done, but we didn't have more time, did we? So I think we should take them to the Dark One now. And the footsteps sort of trail along the corridor.
I give Fodal, like, a really sort of... I've got a very dangerous glint in my eye, and I grab Fodal's arm and I'm like, right, you have a layout of this place, yes?
Yes.
Where are they taking them?
They will be taking them to the Dark One's chambers. It's deep in the mountain.
Shit. And I'm guessing there's only one way in, one way out?
Yes. Unless you can swim through lava.
Oh. Great. Okay. Right, so... I don't know, maybe we should go and try and free them now?
Do you know where they are?
Yes, they're being held here. I found that out. I visited them. But...
Of course you did.
But... if that's where they're going as well, they will be summoning the elite guards.
So, what do you think we should do?
Can we take them out before they summoning everyone?
Potentially. I mean, we can either do that and try and take them out before they raise everyone, but if we do so, we might make some noise, and that might raise even more. Or we could make our own way deep into the mountain and lay an ambush for them. I mean, we would be fighting elites, but at least we don't have the chance of raising more elites. I don't know, it's up to you guys. What do you want to do?
Well, we're not leaving without them, so... Bruno?
I think it's all or nothing. Like, we're not gonna have a chance against an elite. So...
I don't like the idea of going to ambush them, because if we fail, they're more or less at the Dark One's doorstep. I'd rather try and get them out before they got even anywhere close.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, God, Volt is probably the Guardian of Light, or whatever the hell that is, and last thing we need is for the Dark One to get his hands on him. So...
I think we can break for it now. I mean, 2 people, we have 3. Try. So...
And as you poke your head out of the door, whilst you've been having this conversation, these two have pretty much got to the end of the corridor and are rounding a corner.
Okay. Yeah. Are you in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Bruno turns back into to a mouse and a rat, and he runs towards them, and he's gonna try to get a sneak attack basically. So when he's behind their heels, he he's gonna try to turn into a bear and jump them.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's
This will
like,
look
like he's
awful
just like,
So,
My
as,
God.
as you rush ahead and they round the corner, you round the corner after them. They are only 4 feet away, and they have stopped outside a door, which the smaller man has just knocked upon.
yeah. Okay.
Dwayne and Fodel, you've just seen Runo go herring off up the corridor.
Oh shit.
I wait for the knocking to end. I'm not gonna turn into a bear if there are like too many people.
Okay.
Sorry, Dwayne.
No, I was just I sort of fix Fodel with just an exasperated look, and I'm like, right, come on, he's going off. We can't leave him on his own.
Yes. Okay, anything for you.
Stop that! And I just kind of give him a half-hearted slap on the arm and just tug him along.
God, he throws away our friendship real quickly. Like 10 years. Oh, there's nothing. These 2 last days, when I drugged you, kidnapped you, backstabbed you, you know, this really meant something. I feel like we have a spark here.
I'm with Bruno on this.
Yes, I think Adam forgot our 10 years of friendship.
No. But maybe Fodel did.
Maybe.
So you go rushing down the corridor after them, and as you get close, you hear a door creak open, which Runo you will see, and behind it is a man in plate mail armor, and he says, "We're not supposed to be going for another 4 hours." Yes, but I thought that we could go now. So come on, get your things. And the man turns around and goes to collect his things.
Are there any more people in there?
Make me a perception check.
Do I have any special perception as a rat, or can I just roll my standard?
Give me a second.
The wisdom shouldn't really change.
He's
should it?
looking in his book. His special book.
As a rat, you will have scent.
Scent. Alright.
So you'll be more smelling than anything else.
Okay.
But your wisdom would be a 12, so... You actually retain the wisdom of your human self.
Okay,
But
great.
with scent as well, we'll give you a +2.
So roll.
And then just add +2 to whatever you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just roll the
Scent.
that too.
1d20 plus.
Huh?
1d20 plus 2, right?
No, your regular perception, and then we'll just add 2 to it.
You can just click it.
Oh, okay, sorry.
That's okay.
You're okay.
Perception.
All good. Oh, damn.
Hey, 21.
On a 21, you can smell the scents of 2 men coming from this room.
So there's 4 men in total?
4 men in total.
Okay. Yeah. Obviously Runo's closest, so...
Yeah, alright. It's like, if they manage to escort them, they're gonna have a lot of security there. But... I don't know. Okay. Runo, he aborts the mission.
But...
He aborts. He runs back as a rat.
And
yeah,
Fodel will also catch Dwayle's shoulder and say, I thought something else.
what?
When the Dark One appears, he will stun them. His presence is stunning. I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it.
Right.
Is he stunning?
If how dedicated do you think your friends are to the light? Do you think they would torture anyone, maim anyone, for any reason?
I mean, Rosie can be a bitch if pressed, so yeah, I'd say so. Why?
So long...
But devoted to the light? I mean, I wouldn't consider any of us holy, Fodal.
Yeah, I know. Christ, tell me about it. But, the less darkness they have in them, the less the Dark One should have an effect on them. We could go into the Dark One's very chamber and steal them away in that moment of confusion.
That's such a risk.
This whole thing's been a risk.
I know, but there's so many elite guards, and the Dark One, like, who knows what things he can do?
I guess Runo's back by now.
You are. They were only around the corner. You heard the whole thing.
Oh, okay, great.
Shit.
I mean, just only getting out of here is a huge risk. Like, I waited a day to even get through one door, and it's probably gonna be a lot more guards. I mean...
I have seen Volta. I do not think we'll be getting out of here stealthily no matter what we do.
I think you're right about that.
Scientist!
I'm feeling a lot of hate between us, Volta, like, for us at the moment.
Yeah.
It's alright, we'll go conquer this.
But look, we're not
You
leaving
talk
them,
shit with the
right?
up there.
We're not leaving them, no matter what. Let's... I don't know, Runo, what do you think?
Well, I thought this was the best opening, but there were 4 guys, and...
Compared to an elite guard and the Dark One? I think the better odds.
Yeah, but the thing is, we still need to get them out of here, and if we can rescue them, maybe when they're transported somewhere, it might be an easier run. Do you know where they've been taken? Like, is it outside? Is it further down the cave? Is it
much deeper in the mountain? And he'll pull out the plans and be like, they're being held here in this section here. They will have to make their way down this long passageway here, which is also where I would have maybe laid an ambush, maybe about halfway down. And then at the end of this cave, there's like a small lobby where people leave their weapons. It's also where the sacrifices are made. And
I'm sorry, sacrifices?
Yes, the sacrifices.
Shit. Is that what's going to happen to them?
I don't think so. They believe they are the champions of light. And I believe the Dark One wants to rule the world again, and their prophecies seem to say that they need them for that.
Right. I think if we can stop the ritual, they're not gonna kill all the sacrifices for nothing. Is my bet, because they're probably gonna save them for later.
They can always get more,
you
know.
I guess, but there's no reason for them to kill them at least. So if we can make the ambush instead, is there an escape route anywhere? Because that's what I want to know. It's no use rescuing them if we can't escape.
Yes. It's not on this blueprint, but I have not been idle in the last few days. From this passage here, he points to a passage which isn't on the route from the cell down to the thing. There are some toilets, or rather a pit deep in the tunnel, and there is a river underneath which runs somewhere, I believe, out of the mountain.
Alright.
That is strange enough in itself. I believe that only being near the Dark One himself has allowed this life to occur in the Badlands.
Okay, well that's our best bet then. Let's head to the corridor for the ambush then, I suppose.
Yeah, let's kill an army. Can I get one of them syringe needles?
Yeah, if you want,
Well,
that could be one of
I-
the things you picked up.
I
yeah.
was going to say, because I still have a spear as well as the hand axe. So do you want the hand axe? Or the spear, rather?
You also have a short sword.
And I gave the short sword to Fodel.
Oh yes, of course you did. Sorry.
Do you want the
Yeah,
spear?
Runa actually just asked for. He got his
Scalpel?
scalpel, exactly, and he wants just the drug
Punch.
thingy.
Maybe one.
Okay. Well, I've got. Oh yeah, sorry. Just before we do that, Scrat, can I ask what exactly was it that I made in the laboratory? Because you said smoke bombs and the like, but what specifically
So
did I make?
there is some. You have in some syringes a calcinated narcotic which should render a enemy stunned, incapacitated on a failed wisdom save.
Okay.
You also have made some smoke bombs, which would do the equivalent of a fog spell or something like that. I'm
Yeah.
sure you don't need to use your imagination too much for the effects of that one.
Yeah.
20-foot fog.
Okay. Cool.
And you... Oh, roll me another medicine.
Okay.
It explodes in your face.
Fuck. Shit.
That's
You
all-
fucking
that-
jinxed me.
That's all you made.
Right. Okay. That's a shame. All right. Then yeah. Okay. Let's.
So Runa only got a syringe and this case
Scalpel. I
Scalpel.
offered you a spear. But okay.
Yes.
For a hatchet.
Runa does
My
not
hatchet's
know
weak.
how to use a spear.
Okay.
He knows how
Right.
to like flail with a dagger
Mhm.
and shoot poison out of his
You
hand,
got you. Okay.
turning into a bear.
More effective enemies.
Much more
Okay.
effective.
Okay. So I guess we're heading for the ambush point. Yeah.
All right.
But as like everyone turns to go, I pause really quickly. I stand up on the very tippest of my little tiptoes, pull Fodel down and kiss him very quickly on the cheek, and I just say, "Thank you for doing this. Thank you."
He says, I never wanted to aid the dark.
You what?
Well,
I never wanted to be their spy.
Well, it's
I trust you, but you don't show it very well.
look,
And he
we've
sort of looks at
made-
Runo and says, come on, Runo, you always know I was unreliable.
Look, we've all made mistakes. yes,
That is
but
true. And he pulls like his hand, and only the three fingers, and say, "You owe me a pipe."
Done, old friend. And then he looks back to Dwayne,
Mhm.
who was saying something just seconds ago.
Oh, look, we've all made mistakes, all right? But you're here and you're helping, so thank you.
Oh, be careful! Don't turn your back on him. He might backstab you again.
And
You
he
better
looks so hurt at Runo.
Oh, Bruno, let's look. Come on, guys, let's just not. And I sort of like give I reach out and just give Fodel's hand a very quick squeeze, like sort of like, come on, you know, you'll be right. And I sort of beckon the two, like, right, come on, let's go.
Okay. Runa also wanna keep his eye out for a spare uniform because it's fun to dress up.
Yeah, there's me running a little tunic, like.
Probably seeing you looking around, Fodel sort of will stop and say, would you rather dress as a... I mean, they all know me, I mean, but if you want to be a... Are you looking to take my uniform, or...?
I'm not gonna take your clothes, dude. I'm thinking just for the ambush, it would be more confusing, and sort of easier to get away with a uniform, rather than.
Well, time's tight. but the armory is nearby. We could maybe even... Actually, why didn't we think of this before? We could maybe even get some better weapons.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, let's go. Show the way. And
Okay.
he slaps him on the back like, go.
And you hurry across to the armory, which is pinpointed on the map. It is an uneventful journey. You stop at several intersections, listening in all directions for... Aw, thank you, Geeky Tea Party, for the 200 biddies. With 200 biddies, you can give an advantage or a disadvantage to any one of your choosing. So, it's an uneventful journey. You get to the armory, and with that, we pan back to Rosie and Volta. Volta, you will hear from the room the sound of people walking towards you, the sound of voices, and he will be saying, "Now then, once we get past Old Bill, we will head up there, and I want you to take the small one first. I want you to take her, and I want you to chain her arms behind her back at the elbows so she cannot move. Do it nice and tight so that she is struggling. And then perhaps we will do the same to her feet, just so that she can hop all the way to the dark one." And they're sort of coming up close. "Now the big one will take all 4 of you." And the door opens.
So he's there, like, in our faces, or can he not see us? Like,
He's just...
Did we have time to stand next to the side of the door?
Yes, certainly. That's why I said the door opens rather than roll initiative. The door is sort of like swinging open slowly, and he's got his sort of like, he's turned back and he's talking to them.
Can't hear, dude.
you've gone,
sorry.
we can't hear you.
Sorry, I turned my back and I forgot that this is a forward-facing microphone, so if I talk that way, you can't hear me. But basically, he's turning back.
Can't see you anyways either, so...
That's true. But you know, for the guys downstairs.
14 version.
For the guys downstairs, that's it. I'm streaming for the guys downstairs. No one else.
Nice.
Are there guys downstairs, Alice?
Oh, I
there's
just
me.
woke up and the kettle is heating. I am not to be trusted with anyone's fate. Shall I roll a 1d for them?
Go on.
No, it's up to Geeky Tea Party. It's her donation. Now,
Wow.
he will be turning back from the door, looking back over his shoulder, giving instructions. Like, "You will need all 4 of you, and I suggest you bind him before you unstrap him."
So is he entering the room to leave them?
He is entering the room with them, but he is leading.
Okay. Rosie will really want to attack this guy.
Same.
Like, no, I'm talking like I want to take his fingers. Like,
Of course you do.
So would we have a sneak attack advantage at this?
Well, you don't get sneak attacks, but if you swing directly for him as he walks through the door, you can have an advantage. And a free go before we start combat. But then we will start combat proper.
Hang on, so there is the creepy doctor dude, and then there's what, 3 or 4? There were 4,
4.
weren't there?
4 lead cards, right?
There is the creepy doctor dude. We also heard the voice of the second
Medic.
doctor.
Oh yeah.
And 4 other people that
So 6
goes
people
on.
in total.
So do we hide first? Hang on. Is there somewhere we can hide? I know Volta's quite large, but is there
Yeah.
somewhere we can hide?
Problem.
Become the desk. Like,
So you're trying to hide.
I think I'm gonna. I don't know. It
Yeah.
depends. Yeah, it might be easier at first.
If you do we can one reasonably think that one is able to hide?
Sorry, say again.
Can I theoretically think that I can hide, or is it a lost cause?
I think you could hide. You could hide behind the desk, but it would take a good roll.
Okay.
Can
You
I use
can
a dice?
You can do it. You rolled so bad the entire day, so I mean.
Exactly,
despite-
can I continue?
No, this
Change
is
red.
Believe!
despite
Believe!
it.
If
Come on,
you
Ed,
want to
I
hide,
believe you.
roll a stealth. If you want to attack,
Oh, fuck's sake!
Oh!
Told ya.
Okay, so seeing Ed, Volta just doesn't hide. Do they walk in, as they walk in and see him, can I jump from behind the door and use the scalpel and literally just go straight for the doctor's, like...
Go for the chocolate.
I'm going for his eye.
Hold on. Geeky Tea Party has just donated another 200 to
Oh, for
give Ed
hiding!
an advantage on hiding.
Oh, we love you!
Which would make Ed's hide a 14. And with a 14, I think with the donation as well, because you've over-donated a little bit, it's only 125 for an advantage. So that would mean, Ed, you are hidden.
Oh,
Okay, I quickly hide too. I hide.
And Kim, for record, you are 25 bits off another advantage if you just wanted to make it up to there.
we love you.
So, can I hide as well, please?
You can roll me a stealth.
Oh, this is when I miss it.
I swear to God, Alice.
Oh,
I do have an advantage, I wonder.
Yeah, you also have advantage
Stop it.
because Kim, I can't give Rosie back her fingers, but I can give her an advantage, so we'll take the advantage there. That is a 19. So you hide literally behind the door and no one sees you. Ed, you... Volta is behind the
Tea
desk.
Party says that I can take someone's fingers, not have mine back.
Oh. I mean, well, that's a possibility, but, I mean, do you want to just, like, snip their fingers off right now, or... Like...
Well, hang on, because I'm hiding.
Yeah, I was going to say, just from stealth. Hunk.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah, off I go again. With my little bag. I take them.
Yeah, we'll see about getting
aiming.
Alice some fingers, but not just yet.
Give me some fingers.
What? I also want fingers and a
Oh no,
tail.
I'm chopping off someone's fingers in vengeance, not
Yeah.
getting
Oh, okay.
fingers.
So we are hidden. Yes.
You are hidden.
Will they walk past us?
They
walk
walk
past us?
past you. They head up the stairs.
Don't they miss the guard?
They don't seem to notice it. He's talking to the guys. The guys carry on talking. In fact, as they see you behind the desk, they probably mistake you for the guard and don't really think anything of it.
Fair enough.
Okay.
And they walk up the stairs.
You better hurry.
We scamper right on out.
Off we go.
Off we
I'm
go.
hobbling a bit, but I'm going.
Where are they? They have made an escape. How dare they?
Is there a way we can lock the door on our way
Yeah.
out? Is there a key around?
Can we
that
use the
door?
table maybe somehow? Or the chair he was sitting on?
You cannot. This door does not lock. But as you look down the corridor outside...
But you can wedge it.
As you look down the corridor outside, there is a gate further down, a barred gate, which is currently closed.
That should be barred.
How do you want to bar the door? You don't have long. You have maybe a few minutes before they come hurrying down.
Don't you have a bar on it so you just can...
No, I mean, it's a barred... It's like a prison
Like
bar.
jail bars.
Like jail bars. It's a barred doorway.
Maybe
Ah,
you can ram it.
How can I mean, either wedge the table or the chair somehow. Either on the proper door or the bar door.
I would say you could use the chair to bar the door. The door opens outwards into the corridor, so
I shall wedge it then,
yeah, I'll let that slide.
if that's all I can do.
And we will leave you there. Runo and Dwayne, you're in the armory. In the armory, you do not find a second set of guard armor. However, you do find the Hammer of Light.
Oh, thank God,
Walter's
that's
double-handed
mine.
sword. You find Dwayle's two-handed maul, and you
Wait,
find
Hammer of Light?
the Hammer of Light, the one that Ed holds, and it becomes a light hammer.
Oh, I thought. Okay, never mind. It's not mine.
And yeah, there's also Dwayle's maul and Rosie's bow
With no arrows, right?
with no arrows.
Okay, do I find any arrows in here?
There are quivers and quivers.
I'll
Empty
take-
quivers or what?
Quivers of arrows, full of arrows. You can.
I'll I'll take 2 and take the her arrow bow. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll say you'll take enough that once again, Alice, you don't need to worry about ammunition anymore.
Okay.
Nice. I guess. Well.
Come on, there's no time. Let's hurry. Let's hurry down to the Dark One's cavern.
I snatch the hammer and go.
You're taking the hammer?
I'm just carrying. Like what?
Okay.
I'm
you
gonna
have
rule
two
for this. I'm gonna rule for this that you guys can carry all of it.
Oh,
Okay.
thank fuck. Okay,
Because-
yeah.
Mind you,
This whale is carrying 2 weapons now, plus her old weapon.
Mhm.
So-
I'll
Wait,
drop.
should
I'll
not-
dro- No.
you can carry my hammer. Just saying.
Oh, okay.
Let me carry the hammer. You take the bow. And I'll take the hammer and the maul, and I'll drop the hatchets. I've got the hammer and the maul. Those are my weapons.
Didn't
Okay.
my hammer burn you?
No,
Due to the fact you were undead.
It doesn't burn her here.
Alright.
I don't fucking know.
It used to.
It used to.
Not anymore.
Clearly.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. Head to the ambush point.
Yeah, let's go.
You go rushing down. So you guys, let's pan back to Rosie and Volta. You are in a small corridor. There is a barred door ahead of you.
We open it. No, wait.
No,
Not you.
not you.
Wait.
What
So it's a new door then, right?
No, this is This is so you've barred the door behind you with a chair, and there is a literally a door made of bars ahead of you, blocking your path.
Okay, is there any other door in the corridor?
Exactly.
There is not.
Okay, I
And
head over
that's-
to
and
the barred door.
Can we open it? Or is it locked?
It is locked. However, Rosie does have some small items that she took from
I was
that
gonna say,
script.
is there
Do you
any
know
way
how
I
to
can
pick a
pick
lock?
the lock?
You
I'm
can
about to find out.
try and figure it out quickly. Roll me
Yeah.
a sleight of hand.
Oh, I ninja'd that.
You rattle the scalpel in the lock, and you can hear clicking. You can hear it clicking, and it's. You think you've got the right amount of movement to try and do this. Roll me a straight intelligence check to see if you can figure out how to break the lock.
What's our intelligence?
Just a
did you say?
straight intelligence.
Oh dear.
Oh. No dice.
Behind you, you hear the thump of a guard hitting the door.
Can I try and pick it again? Like quite.
Give me another intelligence check.
Oh, we're gonna be here for a while.
No, we are not. On a 12, you still can't quite get it. Now, however, you do see enough that you could try and force it. If you put the scalpel in and try and hit it, it might open.
Bob key.
Okay. Can I put it in and get Volt to hit it?
You hear the door slam behind you again, and the chair just shifts a moment. Not enough to move, but it sort of like shudders into the ground a little bit.
Okay, so can I put it in and then get Volt to?
You can.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you strength roll?
I put it in and then I get Volt to try and hit it so that we can get.
Strength or athletics, whatever you have the greater in.
Well, it's the same, so it doesn't really matter.
On a 22, Volta shatters the locks.
Plung!
Rosie's like, damn, let's go.
Alright, we're off to bed, but I tell you what, give you all my biddies and you can do something nice for Ali.
300 it is.
Something nice to me.
Little puddles.
Make me amazing. But wait,
So,
that's already.
so far, Puddles has donated 500 bitties this month, and I don't think she's done anything with them yet. Oh no, she
I
did.
love you, Paddles.
She did give you that one advantage, didn't she? So you've got about
Paddles
300.
is my.
So you have the choice. You can either take 3 advantages, or 1 nat 20.
Ooh.
Ooh.
We're gonna do the 3 advantages.
That was a clever choice.
You have 3 advantages. Your next 3 rolls will be made at advantage. Thank you for tuning in, Puddles. You have a great
I
night's
love
sleep.
you, Paddles.
And yeah.
I love you, Paddles. You're so great. Woo.
So the door slams open. Behind you, so does that door. Athletics saves for everyone. Run.
Sorry, I'm confused. What?
Behind you, they break the chair as
Yeah.
I am still
you
bruised.
as you smash the door open.
When you say everyone, you mean Ed and
Yes. I mean both of you run.
Oh, I see.
I say Bruce, apparently.
17. Even with my little, like...
With surprising agility, considering your shattered knee, you make better headway down the way than Volta does. Perhaps all of his incisions and bruises are affecting him greater than we thought. However, both of you are ahead of the guards behind you, running in heavy plate, and far behind you can hear, "Get them! Do not let them get away! I will have them! I will have them!"
Is there anywhere we can sort of quickly turn a corner and, like, hide or something like that?
They're
What's
not
in front of
that
us?
far behind you. This is very much hot pursuit.
Okay.
So, let's pan back across. Dwayne and Runo. As you are approaching the tunnel going down to the Dark One's lair, you hear commotion from further up towards the prison chambers. You can hear shouting and even... "Get them! Get them! I will have them!"
Oh!
Instantly gonna believe that they're shouting towards us. Like,
No, and I sort of whirl around and go, Bruno, no.
Insight checks, both of you, before you carry on.
Insight checks. Gonna use a check for the insight.
oh, Runa's like,
Oh,
Bruno is
fuck
lost.
yeah, I'm amazing.
Continue
Dwayne
your
is on it.
conversation, just as you were.
Okay.
Runa's like, they found us.
No, Bruno, listen to me. It's not us they're after. Don't you see? Rosie and Volta have got out. Oh, thank
Oh shit!
fuck.
Change of plans, and Runa's sort of like,
Okay, look, we need to find them because God knows,
We run.
unlucky. Wait, no, stop it. Stay. For God's sake, Runo. We have Fodal. Fodal has a map of this place. They have no idea where they're going. Fodal, where would they go if they ran out of their holding place?
Well, it depends. If they run straight, they would probably run straight towards your old holding cell. If they turn right, they'll come straight towards us. And if they turn left, they'll just hit a dead end.
Shit.
we need to meet them.
Okay.
Runa starts to run towards the sounds, and
yeah, I sort of go to Fodal, like, take us there. Just
we're trying to meet them before the
crossroad bit.
yeah.
Let's pan back to Volta and Rosie.
Oh my god!
Ahead of you, you can see an intersection. You may
Okay.
go straight, you may go left, or you may go right. Now, Rosie, you asked if there was a way that you could hide to the left or right. Well, this is your chance.
Why did you roll a 1?
We should know that later on.
I'm gonna keep running straight.
You too, Volta? Are you agreed?
I follow suit. She's ahead of me, so I'm gonna follow her. Because I don't
Rosie.
want to speed up.
As you get to the intersection, make me a Constitution save.
Yes. Oh. 18.
On an 18, you manage to stay conscious as your knee explodes with pain, and you fall to the ground at the intersection.
Okay.
Ooh.
She screams, I'm assuming. I'm expecting.
No, you.
Enter
Very
Runo and Dwayne, who can see
Oh,
this
I'll
happen.
have to, I can't.
Oh, thank Jesus Christ, Rosie! And I run over.
There
I
are guards
run-
hot on their tails.
So what I do is I throw the hammer over to Volta. I hoist my maul. I run past Rosie. I stand between them and the guards, and I fucking ready my weapon.
Fucking
And I'm like,
nerd.
come at it, you fucking bastard! You
Is
are
there
not
any
hurting
way,
them anymore.
I can grab my bow and some arrows off of them, even though I'm lying on the floor. Can I still try and...
No, not currently.
Okay.
They
So,
can
yeah,
place
I'm-
them near you, but not currently. Yeah, okay, guys.
Do I catch the hammer? Is my question.
I'm going to give it to you. Yes, the hammer almost magically seems to clasp into your hands like Mjolnir himself.
Yeah.
Let's have some
my-
initiatives.
Fuck yeah. Let's do
Initiative.
this bullshit.
Is the one guard or is the other guards? Oh, above 10.
10! Alright, well, you know. It's fine. I'm so ready, so my next two attacks I get advantage.
Is there just the one guard or several? Or all 4?
Sorry?
Or what's the deal? Is it 1 guard, 4 guards?
There are 2 guards up close, there are 2 guards further back, and they are being harried along by the Torturer True. That is another, there's another advantage for Runo there. And also, Kim, you can have an extra one as well. Your total definitely adds up to an extra advantage to someone else.
Sorry, why advantage?
You just got a bitty donation.
Hey!
Oh, thank you!
You guys are so nice, thank you!
Thank you! Oh, that's brilliant.
Excellent.
Excellent! I know what I'm gonna do with this. Is it whose turn?
Guards first.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh
Alright.
gosh.
Alright, well, yeah, I'm standing in between them and...
So,
fuck.
first is the Torturer.
Okay.
He basically stands at the back and doesn't do very much at all. However, it looks as though he is prepared.
Okay.
I got a bad feeling.
Next, the 2 guards at the back run up to join their other companions. And finally, the 2 guards up close move towards Dwayne and attack.
Okay.
What proficiency am I going to give them? Yes.
Yes.
Come at me, bastard.
Does a 20 hit you?
Of course it does, Scrat.
And they got a second
It's alright.
advantage.
Okay.
There's 14 damage straight off the bat.
We're doing that.
Am I at full health is my question.
Despite your wounds, I'm going to say yes. And also, Kim has asked, can I give the second advantage to Ali? So you now have...
Do I have 3 advantages to go?
Did you use an advantage?
Because...
You
Yeah,
used an advantage on
used
your
one
initiative.
on my... No, I
Did
didn't.
you?
I used
You
my
didn't.
advantage early on my insight.
Oh yeah,
no,
but didn't someone just donate 3 for you?
Yeah, so I have 3, and someone's
Yeah.
just given me another one, so I have 4.
Yes, you have 4. That's what I made it. Does a
Okay,
14
cool.
hit you?
A 14. Well, armor class-wise, no.
The second guard moves into attack. Does a 21 hit you?
Yes.
He does 13 damage.
So how much is that together? Was that 27?
27.
Alright.
And his second attack is a 12.
Oh, fucking hell.
No,
so
no.
that's-
No,
Not
that's
beating
a
your armor class.
Hit dice.
Oh, right, sorry, I thought you meant damage. Okay. Okay.
These guys aren't messing about.
No, I can tell.
Clearly not.
Oh, but remember, you halve all that damage if you are raging. Which, are you raging?
Yeah, I am. From before.
Obviously.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
the 27 divided by 2 is 13.
Yes.
Lovely. Okay. Okay. That's fine.
So, next up after me, let's have a look at this attack order. We've got
So it's
Volta and Runo. So, yeah, Volta, Runo, Dwayne, Rosie.
I will hit the first guard. I will not hit the first guard.
It does not hit.
Gee.
However, you have a second attack.
Yes. Hey.
That does indeed hit the first guard with surprising strength. As you hit him for 10 damage, you catch him on the side, winding him. Do you have any more actions you'd like to do?
Yeah, that's an action search. I'm not.
Go for it. 23, there's another 8. And a second attack? The 12 doesn't hit. But on an 8, you hit the same guy again, and he's in pain. He sort of hunches over.
Yes. Bruno. Emily with a lovely forehead.
I will, I guess when I run past Rosie, I'm just gonna sort of drop a bow and arrows next to her. So I think that's so I don't take an entire action to just give it to her.
Yeah, you can drop it as part of your movement. That's fine.
Yeah, great. And I want to cast Moonbeam over them. So anyone who stands like behind Volta is gonna have to roll saving throw.
Okay, so you're aiming it a little further up the corridor, sort of thing. Okay.
Yes, so we don't have to roll for it, unless someone moves in there. That is. Do I just? Can I roll a level 3 for it?
Yeah, if you can.
Oh, I'll do that. Did I?
That's 1 extra radiant damage.
Oh, only 1. All right,
Yeah, sorry, that's a bad roll. That's a 1 on a d10.
fair enough. Okay, cool. Do I have any more actions?
I'm not sure. You can transform as a bonus action.
Yes, I want to transform into a bear.
Of course.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
A bear. Now, Dwayne, you will see Bramble once again, but now his little stubby tail is missing. And so is one of his claws.
Oh, bless. Alright.
Oh, Runo.
Oh, Bramble. Okay. Is it my turn now?
I believe so.
Okay, so I will go for the guy that's attacking that Volta attacked as well. And I'm going to use my Enraged Maul. So this is the first of my 4 advantages. So, watch out. 18. That's my
Yes,
first
an
attack.
18 hits, doing 16 damage. How would you like to take him out?
So if he's wounded in the side, I take my maul, throw it into his side, and slam him against the stone wall opposite, and you hear this sickening as his skull shatters against the wall and he just slumps to the floor.
Ooh.
Nasty.
The second person is close enough for you to have a second attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for him again, so that's my second attack. Also advantage. Oh, 19. I'm down.
19. With 11 damage, you hit him in the side, and he sort of like takes it on the chest. And he's one of them macho men. He's a tough man. Like when you hit him, it's sort of one of them, but he doesn't move.
Okay.
And if he does move, he's sort of like, just like exhales, like, and
Okay.
he's hurt, but he's
yeah,
taking it for now.
Sure. And I think that's all I can do this turn.
Rosie and Isra, thank you so much for the host. And Isra, as our stream boss, comes in and immediately gives Runo a nat 20.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
What a fucking good day this is.
Yeah, he's not preparing for anything.
So I've got 2 more. I've got
I
2
mean,
more
but he
advantages.
voted himself. So.
2 more advantages. Okay.
So Rosie, it is your turn.
Can I grab my bow and arrows? And so hang on. So is it just the army, not the army, the soldiers that are in?
It is.
Can I see the doctor at all?
You can see the doctor.
I want to aim for the doctor.
With what fingers?
With what fingers?
Then I lay there. And do nothing.
You should be able to.
You still
I
have
can't get up. My leg is completely shattered. I can't even get up.
I tell you what, make a con save.
Come on.
It is a 15.
Yeah!
On a 15, you realise your leg is not shattered. It's just your knee has popped out again, and you can reset it.
Okay, can I?
Yeah, you've already reset it. That was you making sure that you stayed conscious while you're doing it.
Okay, so can I take the scalpel and just try and jab it nastily anywhere into any?
He's far away.
Oh, okay, then I stay where I am. I've got nothing else.
You got your bow.
No, I haven't got. They've taken my fingers.
I don't need
I
time.
can't shoot a bow
You
anymore.
can use your teeth and like.
Yeah.
Or switch
Can
hands.
I try that? Like,
Switching
Oh, like,
hands,
or
it'd
switch
still throw
hands.
off your aim.
yeah.
But yeah, hell, why not? Take
Have
it
you
at disadvantage.
Come on, Rosie.
I believe in you.
Disadvantage.
Come on.
Oh
come
well,
on.
that's annoying.
14 is kind of good though.
It's alright.
Yeah, on a 14, you will hit. You will hit this torturer in the shoulder, and you will see a little flame bloom in his shoulder, and it burns. But he
Okay.
seems completely unfazed.
Hopeless.
And I
Even-
use
even
he's
with the
got
hammer
a
damage.
guards again.
Even with the holy damage.
Even with the holy damage.
I got a bad thing.
Okay, no, I got 9.
On a 9, I'm afraid you do not hit. Back to the top of the round. The torturer, moving first down the hallway towards you, walks slowly, calmly.
And that's his turn. Great.
He walks into the moonbeam. He walks into the moonbeam and makes a constitution save.
Fail, fail, fail. Yeah!
very much
Fuck
fail.
you!
And as his skin begins to burn and crisp, smoking from his body, he continues to walk calmly towards you.
You just hear Dwayne shout, God, you're a sick fuck, aren't you? Is that his turn?
Second row of guards. There's only room for 2 in the corridor, but one fills the shoes of the fallen guy. He steps over him, swinging at Volta. He rolls with a 13. It misses. He rolls with a 17. Does it hit?
Doesn't
I got 15, so.
Sorry, doesn't everyone have to roll for the Constitution saving throw?
Yes,
for
they
the
do. Yes, you are very correct.
Okay, great.
You tell him.
Yeah. Sometimes DMs need reminding, and that is where is it? Where is the moonbeam? That is 9 damage he takes as it sort of burns his skin. He's like, ah! The guy who was already standing there swings at Dwayne.
Okay.
Do both of those hit?
The 16, no. The 18, yes.
Doing 9 damage.
Oh, it's alright.
Halved.
Half.
Oh, 4.
And a 12 fails your DC, so he also takes 9 radiant damage, and there is one more guard in there. He rolls a 15, and he takes 4 radiant damage, so he is burning slightly less than some others. Yes, is River. The first thing Dwayne did today was find some cloves.
Yeah, I did. I got clothes. And so much blood all over my body. That sounds weird. I'm not going to repeat that. Let's continue on.
Jokes.
Let's continue on. Top of the
round,
it's
yeah, top of the round.
Yeah. Volta.
That's all I mean. Hey.
Just hang a minute, just to bring Isriver and his guys back up to speed. Basically, we are out. The guys are about to be transported down to the Dark One's hold, if you will, deep in the mountain, where they were expected to crumble under his gaze, having withstood the torture. Bruno and Dwayne teamed up to escape, killing Steve and learning some interesting information about him, potentially about Bruno. I think that brings you pretty much up to speed. That lets you know where we are. So if you want to play anything on that, you guys are more than welcome. Remember, the more you view, the more you guys can do stuff with your Great Scratch Pounds. So, top of the round, Dwayne. No, sorry, not Dwayne.
What? No, it's Volta, then Bruno.
Hello. I hit for 9 damage.
Yes,
Fucking
yes,
hell,
you
he's
do.
already gone.
And
Alright.
as you strike him, describe your kill.
I hit him in the chest, and it's you hear the cracking of the ribs, and he just fall down. And I will hit the other dude then, I guess.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's
13
right.
damage.
You show them.
On a
Yeah.
13, you strike him, but he stands resolute.
The torture is in the front now, or what?
No, he's
Okay.
behind them, standing in the moonbeam without nary a care in the world.
Oh, okay. Roger.
Is it my turn?
Bruno.
Yep.
Bruno the bear.
Excellent.
Go for the eyes, Bo. Go for the eyes.
Can you just describe the scene to me? How many guards are left? I
So
know
there's a narrow corridor. There are 2 guards. One is looking to just about move into the space of the one that Volta just ended. Behind them in the moonbeam is the torturer, and way back, almost peeking around the door, is the medic.
Oh, he's gonna be a problem. Alright, let's just... To be fair, I think no. I'm gonna help Walter. I'm gonna roll my attack roll, and I'm gonna use my advantage on the attack itself.
Mhm.
So if I miss, I miss. But
The
if I hit, I'm gonna have advantage. So is it 1d20 plus 8 or 6? I can never remember.
Plus 8, but you can roll that twice. Got it. You hit with a 23. It strikes the nearest. You find the as you maul in with your bare teeth. You find the chinks in his armor and you can maul away at him.
Hey. Good night. Sorry.
Good night.
Good night.
It was my mom. Alright, so I roll damage, and that's 2d6 plus
2d6 plus 4, I believe.
plus 4 with advantage. So I'm gonna roll that twice.
The advantage would have been on the attack roll. You can't have advantage on a damage. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. But I still got better on, on the first one. So 11. Sorry, I thought that was a thing I could do. And the claw is... What is it? Sorry, Adam.
Sorry. The claw is that would be another attack roll plus 8.
Attack roll. $15.
You have advantage. Don't you? Do you have another advantage?
Oh. Yes, I do. I do.
On a 22, you strike again with your claw.
Great.
1d8 plus 8.
Ten.
10 damage. So, are you attacking the one that these guys had already attacked or not?
Yeah, the guy that's closest to Volter.
So you will. Oh, the one that's closest to Volta. He was fresh. So that gives. He is looking badly wounded, and you have one more claw attack to make on him.
Sweet.
This time without advantage, I believe.
Okay. Should I roll attack roll then?
Yeah, just a regular attack roll. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Plus 8 assist. Silly.
On a 22, you hit. Who needs advantage, eh?
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Do you want to describe how you claw him to death?
I sort of jump in, so he's pinned down on the floor, and I just claw him over the face and the chest, like. I roar at him as well, like over him, but really majestic.
It's beautiful.
That sound was not majestic.
It's beautiful, and he goes to the ground. You actually start to tear away his plate. You ruin the plate as you claw at him. You're in such a fury.
Right.
Furious.
There is one guard left, and it is Dwayle's turn or Rosie's turn? Dwayle's turn.
Mine. So there's one guard left, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, I've got 2 advantages left, so I'm gonna swing for him with my maul. So, bam! God damn it!
You miss.
Okay, second attack.
Good damage as well.
Oh, come on!
I'm afraid your second attack misses as well. This could be because you are feeling a little distracted, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah, I know why.
Not yet. Not yet.
We have that chat, so.
Rosie.
Okay, can I try again with my wrong arm? Try and fire at the guards, please.
Disadvantage.
Yep.
So, Kim is redeeming all sorts of player advantages. Kim, who would you like these 4 advantages to go to?
Maybe Rosie because she's a bit stumpy.
Oh yeah.
Help her.
So, with a 24 and a 11 and a 15, who are you aiming at? The torturer again?
No, I'm aiming at the guards.
Holy shit, those are good rolls. Look at you.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
use them.
With advantage, though.
11
yeah.
and a 15.
Ah, never mind.
Yeah, Tea Party, just let us know who you want them advantages to go to. One each, or all on one, or let me know. So yeah, your torturer, sorry.
No, the
Guards.
Rosie!
Yeah.
They're going to Rosie.
Oh, thank you, Geeky Tea Party.
She can use them.
So
Hello.
you have
Four
4
advantages,
you have
Ranger.
4 advantages, Rosie.
Shall we apply them
Yeah.
right away?
Yes, we'll apply them to them 2 rolls right there,
Yay!
negating the disadvantage. But since the 20s were rolled first, they hit.
Exactly.
Both arrows hit.
Pretty
So
good anyway.
you do the last guard takes 2 arrows. You find the little nooks in his armor, and you see almost his whole body sort of shine with a light before he sort of just crumbles down. Top of the
Okay.
round.
Torturer.
He
Look at
Roll.
this.
Moonbeam.
resists
Yeah,
the
moonbeam.
moonbeam, taking less
Moonbeam.
damage.
It's not doing shit.
You see, I know all of your darkest fears. He shoots a look to Dwayne. And Dwayne, you feel something change about yourself. And everyone else, you will see slowly Dwayne's clothes disappear.
You motherfucker!
But Dwayne, you will not see any difference. He looks to Fodel. Just because, Ali, hang on, let's read that out. Ali, just because I made you say cries, or make things better for the party. Okay. So, he carries on strolling casually through the moonbeam without any sort of care in the world. And he looks at the party, one by one. He looks at Fodel, and his lips don't move, but Fodel suddenly starts cowering and almost tries to hide himself away.
Sounds about Fodel.
Runo. All of a sudden you see bars around you.
Oh no.
Outside of these bars you can see a clear forest. But you're stuck in these bars. The rest of you, Runo looks normal. Volta, your hammer lays at your side, but you cannot lift it. You just don't have the
So I
strength.
dropped it.
You just don't have the strength to lift it. No matter how you try, it's like it's nailed to the floor.
Alright.
And Rosie, both your arms are stumps at the elbow.
I was gonna say fingers. I was like, oh wait.
No news there.
What you gonna do now?
Everyone,
thank God.
make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, thank God.
Except Dwayne.
Yeah, I don't have any fears. Hey, I'm untouchable. Good Volta, best roll in the
Finally!
Fuck it out.
Finally, something
Uh,
happened.
With advantage, Rosie. Unfortunately, a 14 is still a 14.
Wow, amazing advantage you've got there.
Yeah.
Does it count if do you have to use your advantage up for that? Because that's a bit unfair, isn't it?
Yeah, you just use it on the next rolls.
Yeah, there you go. I was gonna say.
We just use it on the next roll that comes up. That way we can, because keeping track of them is difficult.
All right. Okay.
If you want to, Runo, you can burn your nat 20.
Do it.
On a wisdom
Yes.
save. All right.
It might be useful,
Yes.
yeah.
I'll do it.
So that is everyone. So, Volta, you slam the hammer into the air, breaking the spell, and you can lift it again. On a nat 20, Runo, the bars disappear, almost like a picture going out of focus as it sort of snaps and shatters, and you can see the corridor around you again.
Okay.
Rosie, the stumps fade back into your hands with the fingers missing. The torturer is gone.
Of course.
Did Whale see where he was going? Like, did he teleport away, or did he run away with the smoke bomb? What happened?
Dwayne probably would not have seen. He sort of literally just vanishes, but she'll also probably be mainly focused on Fodal, who hunches over. Now, Fodal... I sort of almost need to wait for Ali to be back for this.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But so he's laying... at the moment he is curled on the floor. And whilst he is curled, thanks to Isriver donating £5 to make things better for the party, I'm going to say that on the path that would have gone left, you can see a chest that contains all of your other equipment, all of your armor, everything, and you guys can change back into that.
Yes,
Sorry
boss.
about that. Right.
Okay. So, Dwayne, because of Isriver's donation of £5, you've seen a chest to the side of the room, which contains all of your previous armor and weapons. So you're back to everything,
Yay! I had such shit armor. Okay, cool.
including your old clothes.
Oh, thank Jesus Christ! I threw that shit on.
But whilst Dwayne is looking at this, the rest of you might notice that she is bared. However, Fodal does not notice. Fodal snaps his head up from his cringing posture and says, No, it can't be. I must see it for myself. And he runs down the passage towards the Dark One's chamber.
What? Oh, for
I
fuck's sake.
chase him.
Yeah,
As a bear, so I should be able to catch up.
Or a wolf.
Yeah, I run after him as well.
Yeah, I turn into a wolf and try to catch up with him.
Make me some athletics saves, the pair of you.
Okay.
Yes. Do I have any special
what's up?
athletics as a wolf? Because Runo is not.
Oh,
down
come on!
With your extra speed, we'll say you have it with advantage.
Okay.
Damn it.
Oh, damn.
With a natural 20, you slam into the back of him, pushing him to the floor. He's already run about halfway down the long passage towards the Dark One's place. He says, No, I must see for myself. She's down there. She is down there.
I turn back into Runo and like try to shake him and like wake up.
Have I caught up so far, and have I caught up yet or no?
We'll say you sort of catch up in a slight jog, catching your breath.
Sure. And I sort of fix him with a really long stone. I'm like, Phil, what on earth is wrong? Who's down there?
My mother.
No, Fodal, it's... No, your mother's gone.
I don't think she is. She's down there. I can feel her.
How do you know? No, you can't. Fodal, please listen
They're
to me.
going
okay?
to sacrifice her to him. We have to check. Please.
Fodal, we're so close to escaping. Everyone is here. Please.
We can just sneak down and we can just look around the corner.
No, that
Please.
close to the Dark One. Fodal, please trust me.
He may be the Dark One, but he's not omnipotent. Please.
Oh, for God. Can you just trust me and come with me? Please.
I have to look.
Is Rosie still lying on the floor at this point?
You've been able to stand for a little while, baby.
Oh, okay. I'm
He's
sort
just
of
like-
dragging my leg over to join the party.
Just please.
Fodal, we need to go now.
Look,
I
the
tried to
alarm's
help
not been
him.
raised. The alarm's not been raised. No one knows we're here. We can take our
Yeah.
time. Please.
No,
No one guards this
There is
area.
no time. There is
Bruno,
no time.
Bruno, can you carry him, please?
Can
You've
the pair of
caused
you-
enough trouble as it is?
Can
Get
all three
out
of you
now.
make persuasion or intimidation rolls?
Did Alice follow as well?
Yeah,
I'm
she
dragged.
dragged her foot down.
Okay.
Persuasion or intimidation? Oh, great, I've
Well,
got
I'm
0 on
not
both.
there.
Persuasion, intimidation. They're both charisma. Oh,
Oh
shit.
dear.
Oh no.
Come on, come on.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
What is happening?
So we've got proper good cop, bad cop over here.
Oh no, good cop, good cop.
High five!
Unfortunately, your advantage, Rosie, only gives you a 10, I'm afraid, which you're sort of chiming in, but you're more just like the kid leaning around the back going, yeah.
Let's back and nod you up.
Oh my god, I'm gonna go.
God, they're squeaky. So the pair of you manage to convince Runo, and he just begins to cry, but he'll walk with
Fodal.
you. Fodal.
Okay.
Sorry.
I just sort of tug him along.
Yeah.
He is sobbing.
Yeah, I just hold one of his hands and just tug him along as we go.
He sort of, especially since you intimidated him, he just sort of looks at you and pulls his hand away, turning his face away.
Thanks. Great. Well, let's just get out of here, okay?
Can I sort of go towards her like, I would really like some help right now?
Can I sort of sling her arm over my back and just support her?
Yes. Your knee is popped back in though. You can walk again. It's painful, but you can walk.
But I was gonna say I can't imagine I'm walking smooth.
Yeah. Speaking of walking, Runo, how is he doing? All his weight just sort of disappeared from the back. So.
His tail is gone.
Yeah, my tail is gone.
Yeah, that's true
Oh,
actually.
no.
That affects
no.
my balance.
But you're doing this.
We'll keep bearing that in mind. It doesn't affect your persuasion roll.
Okay.
Barry!
Let's
I'm sorry.
let's get out of here.
The four of you return to the crossroads.
Okay.
And I'm just putting off my armor.
Fodal, the map.
All
Now we
four pathways lead to the same room.
Okay.
Oh
Great.
no.
Rosie's at there, right? Let's just get this over and done with.
I'm looking for hidden traps.
Oh, it's a trap, all right, but not the type you can disarm.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
shit.
Let's turn around, guys. Let's go and
Behind
visit
you,
Fodal's mom.
the pathway leads to the same room.
Well, let's get it over and done with then. They obviously want us to go this way. I don't think
Look,
much
but-
choice right now.
but look, okay, before we go in, let's just promise we'll try to help each other get out, alright?
Yeah.
Which way was technically the way out?
None of them are.
Well, at the moment, yeah. But which one is technically the way out?
We don't know. Vodal has the map.
What about to look at map then?
Yeah,
Well,
but all the
there's no
way
point.
leads.
There's no point
Wait.
in looking, because
Well, the thing is, if this is an illusion, we want to go the right way, right?
I don't think it's that simple. I think he's literally altered it so we're going to the Dark One's room regardless of what happens. Meta! So, yeah, I don't think it matters, to be honest, but... You can have a
Nevertheless, make a history check to see if you
Yeah,
guys
you
can
can have a
remember
go.
which way is the correct way.
Okay.
Also, a disclaimer,
Oh, no.
guys.
Oh,
I
fuck.
did try to save you. It's sort of like if we're gonna die here, I did try.
Rosie like pats Bruno's arm, like holds it, like because she's still limping a bit. She's like,
Oh yeah.
with her like her little finger thing.
Oh yeah.
her
Runo does the
finger,
same, like,
she's just like, I believe you. I
Thank you.
believe you.
So, as you walk into the room, just quickly, before I get going, let's thank Isriver for this next bit.
Obviously. Who else? Here
Next
comes music.
to... As you walk in, just on the left, sits a dire wolf. He is sitting, as the room fades away from you, on nothing. He is sitting on thin air, and as you look down, the ground has dropped away from you too. All of you stand above a large room, with a throne in the centre. And you can see the torturer from above, walking up to the to the Diaz.
What?
To Diaz.
Diaz, where a throne sits. I'm not sure how you say it. I've only ever read it.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
Is it the same wolf?
Yeah, you would recognize it as the direwolf.
Oh, great. Runa sort of takes a step forward and like, hi, friend.
He looks at you and sends you the images. Shush, pup. Which is the image of hunters being quiet in the grass and a pup being disciplined by its mother.
I think Rosie puts her hand on Runo and just like keeps hold of her arm, his arm, just to sort of be like, "Don't go any further."
My lord, I'm afraid they have escaped. I tried to stop them. We must raise the alarm before they get out. However, I have not been able to get any information out of them at all. And you see the large serpentine figure of a blue dragon as it turns to look at this wretched creature, and through its nostrils
Burn him to death.
you fail me for the last time. And it fires a fireball all around it. This flame engulfs the torturer, the ground around it, the deep. It makes a deep rivulet into the floor.
Don't you dare use the word party as a verb in this shop!
And you see a half moon on the floor. Created almost by the flames. And for a second, Runo, you belong somewhere near that flame. And Dwayne, you feel it calling to you also. And then, after a moment, the dragon snaps its eyes up and focuses on the four of you. And that's where we're going to end this week's session.
Oh.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
That's what I was about to say.
At least it's
out
not
of my
a full
head.
moon.
Oh yeah, since I've been.
There we go.
Here we are again.
Getting
Our
old now.
favorite
Getting
tune.
old. Getting old. Anyway,
Yep.
guys, I hope you've enjoyed that. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's always fun getting with the chat involved as well. I actually really enjoy getting that extra stimulus from the chat to make me do different things, because I find otherwise I try and I don't know. It definitely helps me tell a better story, I think.
Yes.
So let's go round.
Next week more live.
Let's go round, everyone. Let's go in reverse order this time. Rosie.
I think she's feeling pretty useless right now. She's not her usual bubbly self for many reasons. And she's probably just for the first time in her life properly angry. Like, everything else is pretty numb to her, but so the people she cares about, she's going to try to keep alive. Other than that, she's not bothered anymore. She's been through a lot of shit. And also, if I remember correctly, last time she saw Fodal was carrying Dwayne off with the Dark Army with the rest of the... And that is the last time she saw him, I think.
You would have been unconscious at the time. He was at the back of the room helping you fight.
Okay.
It's only Runo who saw him carrying you all away.
Okay. Well, either way, she's basically just really pissed off. I think she's been through quite a lot the last two, weeks, these last two sessions, so...
Yeah, well, Alice did the classic thing that a player occasionally does, where she told me that she felt like her character wasn't in the story enough, and there wasn't enough, that there wasn't enough happening.
it's not that it wasn't happening. It's more that I felt like
we also run the academy here, and I will stipulate to all of you: be careful what you ask your DMs for.
Or
Especially you.
How to trigger them.
So, let's carry on round. Ed,
Yes. That's me.
you got some action this week. You weren't just laying on a table the whole time. How'd you feel?
I feel bruised. I don't know how to feel. That's the problem. I got no feels.
You got no feelings.
Fucking
Oh
hell.
man, I can't
Ed,
evoke
when
emotions
not,
out of this stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm confused still. The prophecies still not make no sense. So
Yeah,
I hope we don't have made any of it true, so to speak.
I will say that I won't ever make you, the players, have to figure out the prophecy. If it's not making sense yet, that's because your characters can't make sense of it yet.
Yeah.
I'll never make something that is player based. Your characters, if they're gonna figure it out, they will figure it out at some point.
Yep. Still
Yeah.
proper confused.
Who was next? I've put something over
Bruno.
Bruno. Ambly. Oh, and guys, feel free to post your stuff in the chat, please. Alice, do. Alice, in fact, we use the
I
Alice
think
command.
I've already got a thingy. I don't know what the command is though.
There you
There
go.
you
Yeah. Hello. I am still Ambly, and some people call me Annie. Not these people. I
No,
go
we're
by
stubborn.
many names. Yeah, it was so fun. Again, I'm so glad we can make it like an extra day before you guys are off to the lands far beyond for skiing and other enjoyments. It was so great. I'm a bit sad that Runa lost his tail. Like the fingers I can sort of, deal with, but the tail was a bit too much.
Don't worry, Rosie can't deal with the fingers.
Fair enough. And I thought it would be like, oh, Steve, he got a pet animal. He's just gonna take care of me and feed me and be kind to me. And then he's like, oh, I'm gonna do experiments with you. And Bruno was kind of annoyed by it, to say the least. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a hero now and save people," and then he didn't do that. So that's a thing. What else? There's so much going down. The torture guy. I hope he's dead. Fuck
He's
that
not.
guy.
Well, actually, no, he will be now.
Yeah, fuck that guy. I did not like him. Luckily, I think Runo never encountered him except for this battle.
Yeah.
True.
True.
I'm loving the fact that you hate him by proxy, though.
Oh yeah,
Feel.
yeah. It's like
Hate him for other people.
absolutely.
Well, I must say, when he did burn, you would have seen Walter smile.
Rosie was kind of like, damn, I wish I could have done that.
And sort of the half moon thing. I was like, yeah, that's Runo. That's I know that. That's probably Runo's thing. Yeah, cool.
Okay, and so last but certainly not least, Ali. How you doing, Ali?
Yeah. I think out of all of the episodes that we could have possibly ended for, a fortnight on, I think this was probably the best one to end on. In a really good way, because it's sort of, even though it was, only 3 hours, it was incredibly satisfying in the way that things happened, and I'm really actually glad that we had 2 different points of view. We had Rosie and Volta, and then we had Dwayne and Runo, and I really liked that, because then it kept things moving, and it kept perspective shifting, so it constantly felt like almost like one of those scenes from like almost like an action film where there's lots of stuff going on at the same time, and then obviously everyone comes together and then everyone fights together. And so obviously, you know, we've been playing up sort of the Dark Room for a while, and obviously we've been trying everything in vain to try and get away. And yeah, I'm really, really excited, and as I said, well, obviously, I hope you guys have an amazing time, but I am sad that we're not going to be doing it next week, because I am so hooked on this. But I think the week that you guys aren't here, I will be doing a lot of creation. So yeah, be excited.
Writing your book.
I think, if I may just add, I think the one good thing that you guys are gonna be gone for a week is I'm gonna be so hyped for the next episode. No idea.